Comrades, today is November 11, 2025, and the current time is 8:30 p.m. Do please be aware that tomorrow's dessert bar is being temporarily replaced with a salad bar to enforce healthier eating habits upon all comrades by force. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Hey, comrades, I'm alive. Isn't that crazy? Did you know I was supposed to start at a normal time today, like I do normally, but I may have taken a little too long in the shower and I needed a bit of time to cool off. My hair is still very wet and moist because I take extremely hot, steamy showers, and I didn't have a chance to really cool down, so I have a towel around my head trying to dry off my incredibly long hair, which, again, is incredibly lore accurate because I just have painfully long hair. Anyways, how are all of you doing, comrades? How goes it on this fine Tuesday? I was supposed to have a martial arts class today, but apparently the dojo was closed today because it's Veterans Day, and I completely forgot about that because they also never sent me a text message about that, which is a little annoying, but I'll live. Anyways, hey, we're cavemen, and guess what? Cavemen and women and cave animals, because we have some kimono Mimi here, we have moved from our old colony to our brand new home. Our abandoned settlements over here, and we moved over to the coast, and we have some technology. Now we have to actually start learning. We learned all the basics that we need to survive, including construction, weapons, cultivation, medicine, agriculture. However, it is 7th of October, which means the growing period is very, very short, which means we may not have enough food to last us the entire winter, which means we gotta start figuring out our shelter and our general survival in the very, very near future. Anyways, how are all of you doing? Hello, Kefir and Sun and Goldenrod and Zoingo and Gresta Sun for being first. I think that's everyone has said anything so far. And also hello there, Tai Eigenkrau. So, we're gonna continue our little caveman run. We're no longer animal tier, we are now Neolithic tier, which means we might be able to make it to medieval tier today. Realistically, we're not going to, but we can try and pretend like we can. So that's gonna be where we're at. You can see we're at Neolithic. In order to reach the next tier, we have to research at least 50% of the current technology, and then we will move on to the next level. I think is how I have this set to... Oh wait. Yeah, so we're gonna try to figure this out, and it should be fun. I think it'll be interesting trying to slowly make our way up. However, let's figure out our first technology, and our very first tech that we absolutely want is some kind of furniture related thing. And also stone cutting would probably be incredibly handy as well. Now the problem is I don't remember how to do stone cutting or furniture. I don't remember what tech is actually furniture related. How do you actually make a bed? Wait, what do we actually have access to? Yeah, wait, actually, how do you make a bed? I do not remember how to make a bed. Okay, well... Anyways, that's kind of... Let's figure this out bit by bit. Is it complex furniture? Am I blind? Oh, wait. It got shoved into the vanilla expanded tree. That's why. That's why I couldn't find it. Alright. Let's get this figured out one by one. Also, hello, Alana. How are you doing? Also, Ray is not here right now because she is out doing other things and being a human being and enjoying time with other people. So let's get this slammed out. So at least we have a lot of rocks that we can work with, which is good. We'll probably build our houses here. I was hoping the beach was going to be a little bit bigger, but it's fine. We'll make it work. So let's figure this out quickly so we can get a small basic hut. Now the question is, should we give everyone a small personal home? Or should we give everyone, like, a shared communal living space? I think the small personal homes might be a little more enjoyable for our little cave people. I think they value their privacy. Plus, we don't have that many colonists, so I think we have enough space to do so. Hello, Steve, how are you? I'm sure this is not going to cause me significant problems down the line building individual homes and huts for people, right? In fact, I do want to build a township design, so we're gonna just haphazardly slap down basic designs and see how it pans out. No, I've never played Tribal, ever, realistically. Let's also slam down just a very basic storehouse. So for the time being, I think we'll do 3 wide hallways, or roads. And then we'll need also set up a very basic barracks. I think we'll just do this here for now, and this will just kind of be our bare bones, get things placed down, and sort through stuff in a bit strategy. Also, there's a drifter nearby. His name is Tangle, and he wants to join us. All right, let's go send... let's go send you to talk to them. Listen, we'll be fine. I think this cave start will be perfectly fine. All right, this man is named Tangle, and his body is riddled with corrupt archites. He can release them at will, creating a cloud of dead life dust to reanimate corpses. Sure thing, Tangle. Come on by. I'm sure this will not cause issues later down the line. Also, who's allowed to chop plants? Because I really need... Okay, so a spot is going to be plant work. Listen, streamer luck is a very real thing, okay? Also, hello Kefir on the red team as well. I've always wondered, so I heard this thing, people are now trying to do their streams in vertical formats. I might try doing that on YouTube just to see how it pans out. But not yet, maybe at some point in the future. Alright, so we got this slammed out. Let's at least get a few beds here. I think one of these is a door, I hope. Okay, this one's a door, and then I'm gonna quickly do a bit of just bare bones sleeping spots until we can get this sorted out. We also need a storage area, so for now we'll use this as the stockpile for everything. And then in here, I want some lamps. And I'm going to put in these... I think there was like a thing called a thinking spot. Here we go, a research spot. People will sit here and think about how to make technology. It is a join queue colony. This time we're doing a join queue colony. That reminds me, I need to double check, make sure no one's allowed to buy anything. Let's make sure we turn that off, thank you. Okay. Also, okay, so Goldenrod has become 7 years old. However, since no one really educated Goldenrod because he's a poor little, you know, caveman. Also, I forgot on 1 second. You might need to do the command again because this thing does not auto-connect on startup. Okay, now you can try it. We can't really give... We have to give Goldenrod one of these really bad traits. Either Goldenrod is sickly or chronically ill. I think sickly is probably okay, because at least gives Goldenrod medical skill. Although he's a bit of a slow learner, which is also a little tragic. But I guess that'll be fine for later. So hopefully we can start educating Goldenrod, but it's going to be a little bit of time. Yeah, our sleeping spots aren't very ideal, but bit by bit we'll slowly expand this, and we'll also make sure we get our food here. Everything that we have over here and we need to grab quickly. So it's going to be rough, alright? Hello, Immortal, how are you? Yeah, look at Sun here sitting there, thinking about beds. Holy cow, by the way, this thing moves at incredibly slow pace. I believe this thing works at 25% speed, which is really bad. But you know what, that's fine. This is the early tribal start anyways. It's supposed to be slow. Put a door here. Oh, we'll have to do bathrooms too. I forgot about that too, as we're playing with hygiene. So we'll need to put a latrine somewhere. Let's put a latrine here. And I guess a well over here. And just quickly surround the latrine with doors so at least people are pooping in their privacy. And we'll need to chop down more trees because there is not enough trees. We're gonna need so much wood for this. Why did it not... Oh, I know why. There we go, much better. So at least that'll get us a lot of wood. Oh, we need tables too, and we need to start setting up a small kitchen. Okay. Anyways, we do have one more person, Tangle, here, so let's quickly allocate this person. Tangle will be assigned to... Let's see. Well, since Ray Jury's not here right now, congratulations, Steve. You get it. Alright, this is Steve. You are an unknown childhood with an unknown adulthood, a fast walker, psychically deaf, kind, lazy, delicate, and you have the ability to turn corpses and raise them as shamblers, which is a very powerful, if somewhat spooky ability to have. So congratulations, you're the only person with a strange and ominous Satan power. Make good use of it, alright? Also, Espada's dying of an infection, which I guess no one tended to, so I'm pretty sure Espada's gonna die. Which is probably bad. So... I'm gonna have you quickly rest there. I didn't realize he had an infection. Is anyone else dying of a disease that I should be aware of? No, it's just a Spada, and I don't think it's been tended to properly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Spada's dead. I don't think there's a way that we can survive that. Possibly. Hello, Havel. Good evening. How are you? I got water. Don't worry. I have a beautiful cup of water. Actually, it was really weird. I had to swap my water out because earlier I had a cup of water and I was trying to figure out why my water was weirdly, like, green. And it was strange because as soon as I got another cup and got some water out of that, it was perfectly normal colored. And I was so confused as to what was happening. Oh, right. We have wild animals that we can also secure. Let's, I believe a hitching spot will secure them temporarily. So let's just put one here and hopefully we can hitch that one so it doesn't escape. So we get that slammed out. Okay, yeah. So, the infections in the liver. Worst comes to... Okay, can a pawn live without a liver? I think they can live without a liver, right? It did become... I think it's because I was eating tacos and I had some lime, so maybe some of the lime juice discolored it? I don't know. That was kind of my guesstimate. You're tired. Get some rest, Havel. You're always welcome here, and you can always just chill and vibe and not have to worry too much about anything aside from just having a nice relaxing time. No, it can't? Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Okay, so we need to quickly build a kitchen area. So I think we'll build a kitchen area in the more center part. So maybe let's see, I kind of want to plot this out. Okay, well, I'm actually gonna use the planner tool here. So I'm gonna use red to demarcate the pathways. I want to use 3 wide tiles for paths. So this is kind of just going to get us like a general road design, but at the same time, I don't want it to be like straight angles. So something like, I think this would work fine, right? Maybe that's a little too... yeah, it might be a little much. Okay, so I want it here, and then maybe we go curve down slightly. I think that'll be fine. We can remove this extra tile here. Oh, wrong one. Remove plan. And then we can build out the, like, dining hall structure around here. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, let's do that. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so Espada did die. The infection was too much. There was no way we were going to save Espada there. The infection made it to 93. It was close. But there's our first death. Which means we now need to make a grave. I don't know where I'm going to build a graveyard, but I guess we'll put something here for now. Wait. You can get wild men in black? Wild men in black named Bravia has arrived. They are a scavenger, scout, jogger, inquisitive, cyclist, unhygienic, and resilient. Why is it a wild person? Is it maybe because of the storyteller? Probably is my guess. Okay. Anyways, let's start building out our small little dining hall, which I think will be fine, like, here. And then, again, we want to stylize it a little bit because we're not complete savages. We actually care about aesthetics here. Just a touch. I think the way we'll do it is, I want this tiled in like this, I think should be fine. And then, I think we'll leave some general space like this, and this should be a good central kitchen dining hall. I do care about aesthetics a lot, okay? If I'm gonna make a colony, I should at least make it pretty. I should try. Oh, okay, all of our meat's rotting away. That's not good. I think I want to be out of meals. We may need to hurry up on the kitchen dining area. Okay, alright. Let's try this. Let's quickly slam this out, and then I need to figure out which part is the kitchen, which part's the... Okay. Exactly, it is a gutsu. It'll be fine. It'll totally be fine. Just trust in the process. Okay, so dining area here. I assume we're gonna need way more food storage, so probably something like this is okay. Oh yeah, all the meat's rotting away. That's not a good sign. Well, thankfully there's a decent amount of animals that we can kill. Okay. Immortal's having a mental break again. So I think we do... door, and then that's the main door entrance. Okay. So that should be fine. And then we'll need... I don't think I brought my... I didn't bring them. Okay. So we need a fueled stove. And I'm gonna need a butcher table in here. And then... what else am I missing here? At the very least, I need all that to get started. Okay, we buried a spada. We can run a funeral, so let's quickly do a funeral for the poor fellow, because it was sad. Listen, I think a spada had a lot of potential in the colony, but we just got really unlucky with an early infection in the liver, and I probably could have ripped the liver out, but I guess that would have killed the poor guy, because I thought pawns could live without a liver, but maybe not. Also, how are you flaming? So, I think this will be fine. I do want to replace that with floors later. Actually, do we have stone cutter? We do not have a stone cutter, but we do have access to flagstone, which requires blocks, which we can't use. This colony is gonna starve very quickly, I think. Well, we may have to rely on getting some berries ASAP. Okay, so at least we can store food like this for the time being. How many builders do we have? We have... okay, so let's not have a rock. So we have like 2 main builders. Russia's a Berbia, who's now a builder, and Ray, who's building if necessary. So at least we have 3 potential builders. We have 2 miners. I think Berbia will probably be a miner if we need that, but right now building is more important. Because, oh, we need recreation. They're also bored to death. And they can have a hoop zone ring. Anyways, how have y'all been? I was talking about this earlier, but I saw an image that apparently the American 7-Eleven is planning on... what's happening? Okay, you're having a mental breakdown. They're releasing they basically are trying to Japanify their Western operations. So they decided, oh, we're gonna release a bunch of things that we released in Japan, but now in the US, like their egg salad sandwiches on milk bread. Which they did. Except it has an issue. Because one sandwich is $6, when in Japan they're about $1.50 after conversion. Which is absolutely criminally insane to me that that's even the price that it's being sold at. There is some incredible thing in the US where anything, if you insert anything Japanese, you just say, oh, it's Japanese, and it's going to be just have this ridiculous premium attached to it. That is like the thing that always happens. Also, we're gonna quickly harvest all the berries here. Is there anything else we can harvest? I don't think we can harvest... oh, we don't even have fishing unlocked. Okay. Okay, so what we'll need is... I think we'll need a bunch of meat racks to store all of our meats like this. So basically, our builders are gonna have to go on to overtime. So let's okay, so raise one of our builders, and she's already dying of malnutrition. All right, I'm sure eating raw potatoes won't cause any issues, right? I'm sure this will be fine. Okay. So this, we gotta get the cooking spots first, and then the butcheries, and then hopefully that'll be enough that we can get some meals slammed out quickly. But anyone who's starving and malnourished, I'm gonna quickly try to... I'm gonna have to figure out who's gonna have the priority in eating. Because I don't think I can feed everyone at the same time, so we'll have to pick and choose. That's the only way to survive. We have to pick and choose who gets to eat. Oh, the tragedy of it all. Okay, so we have a fueled stove, and then... can we get that... okay, then you need to go build the butcher spot. And I want Arani to go here, refuel this, and then cook simple meals. Do this until we have at least... I think 30 is probably fine, especially with this many colonists. So now we at least have things that we can cook with, and that at least gets us some food to keep us not starving right away. And then we can get some hunters hunting for food, probably immortal in the near future. Perfect. Oh my goodness, what a struggle. Okay. So far, so good. So we solved the food crisis. We're getting a butcher table, and this is going to be cleaned up. Let's get some hunting going. So I'm also going to need a storage corpse dump here. And this one is going to be storing only animal corpses that are fresh. And let's go hunting, shall we? Okay, oh, we do have a pawn. Hold on, let me allocate this one. Well, this person's not here right now, I believe, right? Alright, Z opposed to you, congratulations, you get this one. You are a scavenger group to be a scout. Psychically sensitive, unhygienic, resilient, inquisitive, and a jogger. So you move fairly quickly, which is pretty nice. Hopefully you can do something useful. Also, firefighting is maximized for all of these people. We have 2 doctors. You're actually a researcher, so I'm gonna make you a researcher. That is your entire goal. Your goal is you're gonna sit here and you're gonna think. You're gonna think here about how to make wheel, exactly. You will think about that wheel really good until the wheel is complete. It's a noble cause, a noble job. But we believe in you. Yes, exactly, think. I'm not gonna deal with that quest, that's not a quest that I care about. Okay, so then we can do this butcher forever. Okay, let's go hunting. We're gonna take these 3. And we're just gonna hunt down a bunch of wild animals that are large. Enough that we could probably use them for food. So this one here, this, ooh, Immortal's getting smacked pretty badly. What happened to you? Crack and bruise, you'll be fine. So anyways, what have y'all been up to? I've been playing, CK3 recently. I don't think anyone cares about that, but let's just say the new DLC has introduced China and Japan and Korea and basically all of Southeast Asia into the mix. And it's a pretty interesting experience trying to do all that while on the other side of the world the medieval crusades are happening. Let's kill this one right here. Been working on it? I'm glad you're at least working for money so that you can afford your hobbies or other things that you may be into. Let's kill this poor rabbit. Yeah, in my current run in CK3, I'm actually doing a Japan run. I've been trying to play around with it a little bit more instead of always being like, playing one household. I decided, okay, in my current run, I'm gonna play as the second son. After, like, I'm on the 3rd generation. I switched to the second son who didn't inherit anything and has to become an adventurer and just kind of see where that plotline's gonna take me. Right? I think it'll be an interesting experience. Also, there is no light in here because I forgot to put torches. So we should probably do that, at least. Put a torch here. Need to make get backlogs. We should... How many models are in your backlog right now? I have a Lego kit in my backlog. That's what's my backlog right now, unironically. Yeah, my backlog is Lego kits. Ray bought me a Lego kit, so I am obligated to finish it at some point. And I've been slowly working on it. Okay, so we can do a few tables here. So I think what we'll do is I don't think it's worth getting a super long table, but we can probably do something like this. Actually, I kind of want to stagger it. Something like that's fine. I want to have it be a little chaotic looking. I think it is a little more interesting doing it this way. I actually don't need this many tables either. But I'm doing it this way anyways, just to have a space for it. Yes, so Ronnie, you're alive. We did lose someone though, tragically. These are now medical beds, so someone should probably tend to your injuries ASAP. Alright, there we go. Alright, this is gonna be the first bedroom once we can find a way to make beds. Unfortunately, we can only make a bed roll. We can make a double bed roll. Oh, okay, you know what, sure, let's give everyone double beds. It'll be fine. Oh, that's right, we should probably grow some smoke leaf to get us through the winter. That's a good point. Good call. Let's grow weed. Actually, just not a bunch of random growing zones. We'll make it work. Actually, tea is probably better. Let's grow tea. We like tea. Unfortunately, the only person who's really capable of working on plants is Immortal, which is actually not Immortal. Oh, it is Immortal, yeah. Which is a bit of a problem. So Immortal's going to be a very, very busy person who also has not had any bit of recreation or fun for quite some time. Ravenously hungry, recreation starved, also wearing all this, like, tainted armor, which is apparently not part of our ideology. I don't even have an ideology button anymore. My ideology button's gone, which is concerning me. I guess I can press this way. Oh, we don't like tainted apparel. Okay, well, we were cavemen, so we don't really care about that, I think. Do you think we should grow Psychite? I was just gonna grow normal tea, not Psychite, but if Psychite's what we need, then, you know, work with what we got. Also, I would like a... Let's see. We could also storage pit our meats. We could also do woven baskets. We don't have any. Oh, we do need hay, so we should probably convert 1 or 2 of these to hay strictly. I think this one... I think we'll do this one as hay, because I think this one's not going to matter as much. Yes, hay grass is probably correct here. Well, we're going to do VGPT because I don't want to have the Psychite shenanigans, but maybe the Psychite tea might actually be worth it. Let's see. So, hold on. We have tea or Psychoid. It is addictive. Tea is not as addictive. You know what? Fine, sure. Why not? Let's try Psychoid. Let's try Psychite. Psychoid plant, I believe, is what it is. Okay, so oh, right. We need clothes, too. We need a production room, don't we? Ah, Goldenrod's gotten the flu. Great. So our little child has gotten the flu. That's not a good sign. Thankfully, we have some medicine, so maybe the flu won't be too bad. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be a little rough. At least we have food. And then I'll need some lights in here as well. That should be enough to get us going. I like the caveman experience. I'm trying to think what else. Also, tomorrow I'm doing Duckov, which, again, I thought was kind of interesting. Hopefully people will find that enjoyable. I know it's not the normal type of game that I would stream, but I do enjoy my action top-down shooters quite a bit. I used to play a lot of twin-stick shooters when I was younger. Oh, hey, we're being attacked. By 2 people. Alright, well, 2 people have decided that they are going to want to die, so let's just get our glorious knight, immortal plus compatriots here. I love free clothes. Alright, where are they? Also, I need to change your ideology. Make sure okay, you're in the correct ideology. Alright, hello there. They're trying to cross the river. Ain't gonna work too well for them. Ooh, someone's getting stabbed here. Alright, hey, buddy. You don't get to run away that... I guess he does. King's robes? Hello. Alright, well, you want king's robes? Here's some king's robes. I don't know if that's gonna matter to you, but you got it. Also, while you're here, can you equip that Ikwa? I need you to have a weapon. Oh, wait, this moved over here. This should be over here. So, no, the whole planet's on various tech levels, but basically, we are adjacent to a tribe and a medieval group and also industrial. However, I have a mod that says you will not be rated by anyone that is more than 1 tech level above you, because I think that's probably the best way to approach it without getting completely clobbered by, you know, Imperials or Industrialists while we're just cavemen. Some may call it cheating. I call it making the game fair and balanced in a way that I find fun and enjoyable. Is it cheaty? Probably. Do I care? Not particularly. I am a coward. I'm not gonna even deny that. You're right, I am a coward. Holy cow, the research is really slow. Hopefully they'll be able to research a little faster, but maybe we need to have another person on the thinking spot. You know what, how about this? If no one is... If a pawn is idle, I want them sitting on the thinking spot. Because if they're not using their thinking to make things, they should at least use their thinking to... You know, at least make it... Oh, jeez, we're out of food, aren't we? Oh, no, they're in there. Why did the food go over there? Yeah. So that's kind of our plan. Why are you building before thinking? Because I need you to build, because we don't have that many builders. We don't have that many builders. We don't have that many plant specialists. It's a little rough out here. So I'm trying to make it work, but it ain't easy. At least these guys are able to just eat what's around them. We're probably gonna hunt down more animals. In fact, since it's nighttime, why don't we go sneak up on a couple of things? Like this poor little creature is about to become dinner or breakfast. Fantastic. All right, why don't you finish it off? And what else we got? I don't think I want to hunt down that squirrel. What's over here? A lot of small things. I know there's a bunch of predators here. Yeah. Oh, let's kill the warg. The warg will be a good kill. Ooh, it's -7 degrees. It is actually a little too cold for our pawns now. We do need to start figuring out how to get warm clothes for everyone. We may need to build a production room ASAP. Maybe this is not a bedroom. Maybe this is actually a production room. For some things. Maybe this is like a cloth production room? Nah, screw it. Just put a crafting spot, like here. Call it a day. Alright, what do we need to make? Heavy tribal wear. Do this forever. That's the best thing that we can do to get warm. Do this until we have at least 10 sitting around. It's the best thing we could do for right now. Hopefully we can make just, you know, tribal wear out of dinosaur leather, and that'll keep us nice and toasty, but I'm not putting my hopes too high. Also, I'm gonna give you this Ikwa so you have a weapon. Everyone should have a weapon. And then I need to store the wood somewhere, so why don't we take the... Okay. Log piles will never deteriorate, so I can just put a log pile somewhere outside and it should be fine. And this should not cause any issues. Holds 12 stacks. That's probably fine. No, I changed ID religion. You're fine. Just put a wood stockpile somewhere here. Perfect. Okay, so apparently this is there we go. So it's texture changes dynamically based on how much wood's in there. That's pretty sick. Okay, so now we can get all the wood out of there. It'll never deteriorate even if outside, which is fantastic. So it gives us more space for things. Okay, we need to kill more animals for food. Alright, we may need to go on another hunting trip. The question is, who are we hunting down? What else am I missing? Aside from the research thinking. Alright, just grab these two for now. Oh, I can't send Immortal because Immortal's the only person who's capable of sowing crops. Yes, we found a random monosword. It is a Persona monosword as well. It's interesting. I try to ignore it, but it was too powerful to ignore. I'm gonna give Ray this knife is fine. I don't think I have dual wielding enabled, so it's not. Yes, it also causes Immortal immense pain just by existing, which is also kind of just unfortunate, but hey, that's how it is. Don't think about it too much, just kind of accept it. We will get stone cutting after this. No, Immortal is absolutely not into being tortured by a sword, but it's the best thing that I can afford to do right now. We actually have access to floors. What if we make this like a wood floor? Ooh. Actually, wait, are we able to make that big campfire still, or is that no longer a thing? Ooh. I'm gonna put... Oh, okay, let's put the fire... Let's put the large campfire maybe not in the... maybe not in the grass. What's wrong with your pawn? Nothing's wrong with your pawn. It's just more that... what do we call ourselves? We're gonna call this little settlement, let's see. We're gonna call ourselves the... what's a good name for the caveman? The BUNGA Coast. Perfect. We are now known as the BUNGA Coast. Far away we have traveled to come settle near ocean. The great poison water provide great enriches if willing to consume fishes. Man, that rhymed. I'm so good at this. Actually, wait, yeah, the cyclically dull actually prevent you from being in pain from the sword. I guess not as much, right? Major pain plus 30. Never mind. I guess being cyclically dull doesn't prevent you from being in pain from your sword. Interesting. I would have thought that would have been a thing, but I guess not. We're out of food again. We may need to hunt down more animals. I think we've consumed all of our food. Yep. Okay. What are my choices here? So I'm gonna have you And you, let's go hunting for animals. What do we have access to? There's something down here. Kill that squirrel. Okay, and then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna kill that squirrel too. Probably ignore that boomalope. Yeah, the psychic thing is gene locked. Okay, we gotta hunt down more animals. I think we can kill the wargs without too much issue. The warg is dead next. Ooh, okay, it's kind of goring immortal. Okay, kill that one. Finish this one off. We should probably get people some bows, I just realized as well, but I haven't done that yet. Ooh. Alright, let's get rid of that, and then let's find other animals to hunt down. It's not too bad. I think it just causes you some mood buffs penalties, but generally you're mostly okay. Alright, we got another rabbit, so at least we got more food, but we are running out of actual fresh meat to hunt down on this map, which is actually going to be fairly killer. We can help these 5 refugees. The problem is they're gonna eat food. And that's the real problem. The fact that they'll eat food is a huge issue. Alright, also we can do a tribal gathering, which still actually gives us research points, surprisingly. I thought this doesn't work anymore once you get out of the... But I guess, yes, we're cavemen. These sounds are so stupid. Okay, so unfortunately that only gives us 4 per person, so 10 out of 10. So that's 40 research points, which does actually get us a decent part of the way. Okay, did you actually just give yourself masochist? Hold on. Also, we should probably have someone tend to your injuries. Masochist in serious pain, plus 10 mood. Yeah. I mean, it's exactly what it says. You sure are. Okay, at least now there's food that you can consume and not die. We probably should store the food over here. I don't have a good way to store food, though. I think we'll just put a zone here for now. Storage, clear all, meals. Make that the most important spot to dump them. Yes, I get it, I know. But it's okay. It's a challenge for your pawn. They no longer care about being asexual. Now they only care about enjoying pain. Until the sword breaks down, who knows. Goldenrod's on the regimental breakdown because the poor kid has the flu. And is walking around for some reason. Instead of lying down. Maybe you should have bed rest, child. Yeah. Maybe the sick shouldn't be walking around like this. Oh my goodness. Child, you need to sleep. Please. I cannot have... I don't want a child to die on my watch. He's only 7. He's only 7. Okay. 22% tending! I think he might be dead. I think Goldenrod might be dead here. I don't think there's any way that Goldenrod survives. Oh, the tragedy. Also, it is negative 11C, so we can't even get any crops growing. We're just gonna have to hunt for all of our food. We're gonna have to hunt down that entire that entire pack of muffalo. Because we're gonna need the muffalo first soon to start making clothes, as winter is here, and our clothes are not enough. Oh, I'm sorry, Goldenrod. I tried, but you were but a child. Well, actually, hold on. I think there's a chance Goldenrod actually survives this. Hold on. If the next tend, I think, is at least 50%, it should be enough to survive. Alright, anyways, we're gonna go hunting. Alright. We're gonna send everyone. Leave the child behind. We're killing Muffalo today. Okay, ready? Okay, we got one. Okay, now they're all angry at us. Just keep stabbing them. We'll win eventually, I'm sure. Oh, Ray's getting murdered. Keep going. Just keep attacking. Go for the next one. Alright, come on. Keep stabbing. Keep stabbing. Okay, so what is Ray missing? Okay, so she's still okay. Okay. Sun is missing... Okay, just bruises. You are missing a toe. And you're just bit a couple times. Okay. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna undraft everyone. And then... There we go. Okay, so then you're gonna rescue. And then we're gonna have you rescue once you're done eating. And then that Muffalo somehow lives. You know, that's the Muffalo that gets to live. Okay, tribe together strong. Tribe together ready to kill. Okay, so unfortunately, wait a second. Who's... oh, both of my doctors got knocked out. Okay, so congratulations to these brand new doctors. Yeah, congratulations to our brand new doctors. I think Goldenrod actually might not survive this after all. Okay, tend here. Okay, 50%, that's good. I think the 50% is enough to survive. Okay, you tend here. Who else was the other doctor I hired? Zeoposer? Okay, so why don't you tend over here? And then we'll have you self-tend after that. We should have enough medicine. We have barely enough medicine. And there's the infections. Okay, Ray's got an infection on her arm. That's, it's not a good sign. Oh, jeez, yeah. Okay, well, she'll have to just do her best to survive. This is going a little sideways. So Goldenrod lives, I think. Maybe. Some people's injuries have still not been tended to either, which is also a bit of a problem. The meat at least will stay cold for the time being, but we're also gonna have to make sure we get all those corpses, because look at all that delicious meat. Maybe Ray dies again? I'm pretty sure Goldenrod dies, yeah. We haven't even got Goldenrod any food here. Did we not build this corpse spot? I guess I can't put small corpses on this? Which is weird. So anyways, yeah. Listen, the tribe together is strong, but sometimes the enemy animal tribes are equally large, and we can't just run them over easily. So that's why we're suffering right now. We'll do our best to try to fight against it, but it's gonna be rough. Especially as our clothes are just not ready for this weather. Especially with all these injuries, too. Where'd Goldenrod go? Yeah, that Daze is, I can't even tend to the poor kid. He's dead. You know what? We're just gonna let him have his fun. The flu took out a lot of people in the olden days, so I guess it makes sense that it would take... He's gonna take Goldenrod out too. I guess let's get the next grave ready. We're gonna need a second one. Get the grave ready. Oh my goodness, these injuries are so bad. At least we have food. I don't know why the meals are going there. What a strange spot to dump it in when this is the correct spot. Oh, that's funny. It's because it has to be... Basic meals have to go here instead of the other one. Alright. Sorry, Goldenrod. That flu was just too much for your little body to handle. And I could not save you. Fortnite? What? I have not played Fortnite in forever. I know people who still play Fortnite, and I get it. Like, people enjoy it, but I cannot get into that game at all. I played it Season 1, and then I never touched it after that. I think I only came back one more time when they were doing that whole Thanos event, and that was it. I do not like having to build and also shoot at the same time. I think that's the part about Fortnite that just drove me mad. It was just too much happening at once, and I just thought it was stupid. If it's your type of thing, more power to you, but it ain't the game for me. It just absolutely is not the title for me. Okay. We need this furniture now, please. I can get stone cutting next also. Oh my gosh, yeah, we don't... Oh, Ray's also dying. Oh, the infection! Ray's not gonna survive the infection. I think Ray dies. But since she's deathless, she just comes back anyways. So, I guess Ray dying doesn't really matter? Please don't say that. Please don't tell her I said that in the game. She's just gonna be knocked out for a while, then she'll come back. Yeah, Goldenrod's dead here with that 99%. Let's watch the poor child's final moments of life. Standing in this corner, walking outside to experience the sunlight one last time. The sadness, knowing of his impending death and demise. And he falls. Goldenrod is dead. Oh, the tragedy. Who's in this? Who is bad? Alright, can we get that person out of there? Who's in this grave that's not our own colonist? Alright, let's have someone bury Goldenrod. Well, we'll need to find another, oh yeah, none of our crops are gonna survive the winter. So I think what we need to do is we need to find a way to... One, we need to research more is the other thing too. We gotta run the ritual real quick. If you're awake, it's time to get around the campfire and sing that campfire song. C-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song. Give me my research points, please. Okay. We could also do this quest to go hunt down our ancient reliquary, which is a giant Zeus hammer. Sure, why not? I guess we'll have that as a background thing that we're doing. Okay. That gave us 4 per. Also, I think the issue is that it's spreading it between all the basic technologies? Oh, it is spreading it around all this technology, which is even worse because I have so many mods that add different technologies. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Also, Sun is starving, so someone needs to feed the poor kid. Yeah, you might want to feed him, and then you can eat yourself. Wait. Oh no! What they attacked the dinosaurs attacked them, and now they're... Yep, okay, that's a problem. So they're starting to hate us because they decided to fight the dinosaurs. And now I'm being punished for their own ineptitude. Because of course I am. Because this game just loves punishing the player. Even though it was none of their decisions to make. Well, they have parkas. We should probably strip them of their gear. We need to kill... Are they full? Yes. Okay, so we can probably go over here and strip them. Primarily because some of them have parkas, which is actually relevant. Especially with winter soon coming upon us, we have to be ready for anything. So what was I saying about... Yeah, so duck off, and then... I think we're going to do a vote on Thursday for what the game's going to be. At the very least, we will be doing Hoi 4 next week, and I think we'll be doing Minecraft next week as well. I want to hopefully get it set up by this weekend, but if not, we'll have to wait a little bit longer, so please be patient and wait. Hello, Brony. You've finished? What do you mean you finished? Oh, you got your pawn ready? Pawn is pretty happy, although your pawn is cold. As we can't even make parkas yet. Oh my goodness, we researched beds. Okay. At the very least, we should get our pawns some form of furniture so they're not just sad. Just even a little bit of comfort is enough to keep them slightly happier. Yeah, I think we gotta do it. We just gotta give them a slight amount of... the question is where? Also, we should trade with these people. Let's see. I guess we'll give them the human leather tribal wear that we're just sitting on for some reason. I don't think there's an... Oh, the flame bow sounds pretty solid. Incendiary arrows? Okay, sure. We'll take a flame bow. And... Ooh, the parkas are tempting. I think I have to take the parkas. Yeah, and I will sell them the clubs and knives and the steak, because we can make more of those. At least gets us something. Okay, so who needs clothes? Okay, you need a parka, because you're gonna die of the cold. We need to see who else is dying of the cold. Why do we have what? Why do we have what thing? Why don't you say as unknown? Oh, you're unknown forever. Your pawn is basically unknown backstory forever because you're what's called I think they're called weird pawns. You basically come in as part of the story from, what's the name of the from the expansion? Anomaly. Like a pawn, creep joiners, thank you. And they have unknown backstories and but you come with special powers. And your power is to revive a corpse as a zombie and send it to do your bidding. Which is also a spooky, ominous power to have. Okay. I just realized that we're not allowed to do... Oh, here we go, ritual spot. Okay. Can I... Okay, I can do role changes now. Okay. The colony leader for this run is... You know what, Immortal, you can have it. You can have the super cool role because you got the cool sword. Every time I play a science fiction game and I start hearing banjo strums, I immediately think of... Hold on, I need a drink. Yeah, I immediately think of Outer Wilds, which I wish they would make an Outer Wilds 2, but I don't think they're ever gonna make an Outer Wilds 2 at this point. I love that space western vibe aesthetic. Okay, so now we have that roll, which is good. Also, why is this giant pack animal in here? Please go away. We have enough meat. I think we have to make a few more. The meat expires faster than we could probably utilize it, so we might just crank this up to... Well, we're making as much as we can. Oh, is it actually? I didn't know that. Okay, so hopefully we can get stone cutting, but the opposer's thinking slowly. In fact, the main issue is that research here is going to be slow no matter what. But we do need to start building more houses, and we do need to start chopping down more trees. Especially if winter's here. Maybe we should get fishing ASAP, actually, so maybe we can fish during winter. Okay, so fishing... So I think we'll do stone cutting into fishing, and that's probably enough. Beats the Chill 2 along with Link's Corp version of the Chill Beats Girl. That's actually pretty sick. I think I like the fact that some of these companies, they do lean into what their game is all about, especially something like that. I think that's good. That's good for them. You know what we should do? We should build storage pits or cellars. I think we just keep this outside during winter. We can store the meats in here when it's wintertime, and then when it's summertime, we put them back inside of here for now. Especially until we can get more of the fruit and other plant-based nutrition. For now, we're basically surviving on a meat-based diet. We don't have anything else. Yeah, winter's now begun. It's the 1st of December. Now here's the real question. Can we survive winter? Can we survive the first winter? Is this game a pure tribal run? Nah, we started in the animal era. And so we started and we entered the tribal era yesterday. So yes, it is kind of a run like that, but it's gonna be a slow burn. Let's crank in here, and then we need to build a house somewhere. Probably need to build more houses. Who's gonna stay here? This house. Let's make this one for, you know, Immortal can have this. Everyone's got random ideologies for some reason. Everyone should have been the same ideology when they joined the colony. I'm gonna quickly correct that with my own manual adjustment here. Perfect. Excellent. Okay. Listen, I haven't died, but some of our pawns have died. I think Ray's already on her 3rd life now. So you know, just keep that in mind. People are dying all the time. Okay, let's also slapping down a bedroom here. I'm trying to think, do we want to have a one-tile grass patch between each house, or do we just go straight in and dump the house next to the path? I think we just dump it right next to the path. And that'll be fine. Especially since some of this is not going to grow for some time, and I'm just kind of haphazardly slapping these down together. Ooh, you know what? I have an idea for this one. Maybe this will be shared by 2 people. This one's a little bit of a big one. It's like a bit of a premium house. And also I want to just... Again, we're also plotting out everything as best as I can. Because normally I don't do this, but I want to try to at least make sure this looks nice and pretty. That's right, we're all about aesthetics in this household. I love my aesthetics. So, if you don't remember, because Ray keeps dying all the time, we decided to give Ray the Deathless gene. So every time she dies, she just doesn't. But at the same time, every time she dies, she's stuck in a coma for 7 days. So the question is, how many times is Ray going to be in a coma by the end of this run? We're already at 2. Which is... No, I normally do matchboxes in more tight space colonies, but this colony we have a lot of room to build with. So I think having that is probably better. Having the general nice aesthetic is what I want to aim for. Why is Sun dying? You'll live. Yeah, so I want to give everyone huts. I think it'd be nice to just give everyone their own unique living arrangements rather than being stuck in, you know, a bare bones house with nothing to look forward to. Oh, there's a dying animal here. I guess that was one of our guests' animals, which I guess we're gonna start eating that too. There's a lot of our... Oh, perfect. The meat has frozen over because it's -2. Okay, yeah, it's Alright, we may need to start building campfires in some of these rooms. Oh, fire pits are probably... Oh, we can't even build a fire pit. Okay. Get some fireplaces just scattered around. Hopefully we can chop down more wood. But I generally prefer building town-based colonies. But since the last few runs were very space-centric, we haven't had a chance to really build a town-based colony. And the last one we did that before was all about hospitality, and that hospitality doesn't work nearly as well as I would like, and let's just say hospitality is just kind of a broken mod, and I don't really want to touch it. Probably in the near future. Oh, so let's do this ritual again. Every time we do this, we get more research points. Gets us slowly closer and closer to technologies we care about. Unfortunately, it only gives us like 4 to 10. If we had more pawns, this would probably be faster. Okay. Encouraging. 8 points per person. Is there 6? That's 40, 48? Okay, and we got a new wild man. You are still the head chef, yes. Also, here's our new wild man. His name is Trogal Vexaco. His actual name is... Who's in the queue? Alright. Reijiri is the one in the queue, so I guess they get it. An eldest caretaker became a colonist, 13 years of age, incompetent, constantly bemused, psychically hypersensitive, restful, and greedy. Holy cow, what an absolute buffoon of a 13-year-old with an aspiration, with a potential in... with passions, I'm sorry, in raw violence. But he's completely incompetent at everything. This definitely is a character. I have, no words to describe that character, other than they exist. Alright, we need to start shipping pawns together, because I need to start making more children. More of the female pawn, so we gotta find a male pawn that would probably provide good stats. Oh wait, never mind. Ixonia has a... Wait, what? Already? Huh. Alright, we're just gonna... Well, maybe we shouldn't actually do that if we don't have any food, I guess is the better thing. Maybe we shouldn't do that quite yet. I don't want people to die, especially children to die if we don't have a way to keep them alive. Yeah, we don't have enough clothing for this. You know what? I wouldn't mind the pop reference characters, guys. I think that sounds hilarious. I would be down for that. Okay, so fun fact. The only person who's capable of using the bow is Sun, really. Ixonia can. We'll give it to Ixonia. Sidearm for you and sidearm for you. So that way we have range weapons and melee weapons available for everyone. Mr. Rogers, your friendly neighbor. Mr. Rogers, the ultimate warrior. I mean, those sound amazing, though. That sounds like fun. This poor animal's been alive the entire time. I guess I could just execute it. And that's more meat, right? Yeah. Oh, but it's friendly. No, I'm just gonna put it out of its misery. Okay, well, they hate us, but that's fine. Because you know what? I don't care. I need their food more than I need their love and affection. Okay. Amazingly enough, we haven't even built this, thing yet. I need Garm to build this now. I don't know why this hasn't been built, so now they're warm and toasty. Okay. This keeps us alive. I don't think any of the heal root fern is available to harvest either. I don't think we have any heal root. Yeah, we have no medicine. Alright, there's a couple of heal root ferns that we can at least harvest for now. That'll get us something. Oh, you're already going to sleep? Have a good night, son. Thanks for swinging by. I know it's probably late for you. It's always late for people who come and watch me, I understand. Alright, let's get a simple double bed. We'll make out of wood. Like that. Probably break some kind of feng shui rules here. But that's fine. Who needs feng shui when it's all about survival? Okay. So we'll start partitioning out a small bathroom in each of these. Some will have big bathrooms, some will have small. I'm just gonna haphazardly design these. I think the backer pawns, everyone wanted to self-insert rather than insert pop culture references. Yeah, Ray probably needs better outfits soon. Is no one... Oh, is Ray the only crafter? I guess Sun's a crafter. Yeah, because Ray's the... Oh, that's a problem. Ray's the only person who can tailor things. That is a pretty big problem to run into. Okay, this bed's gonna be assigned to... Marana can have this one. It's near the kitchen. Especially if you're going to be cooking a lot, that probably makes the most sense. Yeah, that's probably fine. Oh my goodness, look at all four of these people just sitting there, staring at the wall, thinking really hard about how to make rocks, how to chop rocks up. Everyone think harder. We're gonna build more thinking pods. We're gonna build more thinking spots just for that. There's Thrumbos. We could kill the Thrumbo for food. There's 2 of them. If we kill them, we would have food. Stockpile here. Make this storage clear all important medicine. We kill it. You gotta paint the wall. It's the entertainment wall. I think exactly. Well, unfortunately, we don't have anyone who's artistic. Yeah, we have no pawn that's actually artistic enough to make art. At least in any meaningful way. Otherwise, we could have made, like, floor art earlier, but I think we're actually way past that technology tier, so we can't anymore. Which is a little sad. I'm not actually gonna attack the Thrumbo, because I know it's gonna kill me. I know it's actually gonna murder me, so in the interest of not being murdered by a Thrumbo, we're just not gonna touch it. I also need to start building out the walls. Hold on. This seems okay, right? Like, this is a fairly large space. Maybe we can do this for now and then we'll expand it later? 1,113 wood. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then we'll cancel this one. Don't do that one, don't do that one. Don't do that one, and then we'll just make sure we cancel that in here. So cancel, cancel, cancel. And then they should only focus on building out. And then this one does not need it either. Okay, perfect. That'll be our outer wall, which will require a very large deforestation campaign. So let's also commit massive crimes against nature itself. So much crime that the forest dryads will probably want to hunt us down and end our very existences. Okay, we have enough food, I think, to last us for quite some time, especially as the meals have mostly frozen over. Oh yeah. I think we'll be good there. Because we don't need most of that other stuff. Especially now that we have some sleeping arrangements. Although it's still a little cold in some of these rooms. You're passing by to say. Hyperdance, hello Alex, how are you doing? Hopefully you're not dying of work too badly and that you're able to at least get some of your personal project progress going on. Also run the tribal gathering again. Hiya, 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 hiya. You learned an ancient mechanator. I don't think we're gonna do mechanator anythings. A transport pod has crashed nearby. With an apocalypse survivor. His name. Oh, you know what? Let's go rescue this poor person. In a bit. Maybe once we're done with our tribal gathering. Okay, let's go rescue you. A bunch of goats have joined us. Farm animals have been attracted and joined the colony. Can't do much about that for now. 8 points per person is just crazy. But again, it's being spread across so many different technologies that it's really hard to hone in on what we need. On the other hand, we are getting closer and closer to stone cutting. Oh. Oh my goodness. One of our animals just got murdered. Oh, okay. Well, that sucks. Maybe we should kill the animal that killed our animal? Maybe you don't fight. I think this stack can fight here. Actually, Sonya, you got a bow. Why don't you use the bow? And hopefully this is not going to cause any issues. I'm going to have you attack. Where'd it go? I think it's here. Ah, okay. So it literally sets things on fire. Got it. Maybe we shouldn't do that after all. Let's kill this thing. Alright. Wasn't expecting to have to eat one of my animals so quickly. Honestly, this run is really exciting. I think this one's a lot more... It's such a nice change of pace from having a starship and just traveling around space all the time. Actually having to finagle our way through... Well, you know... Through this terrible era. It's actually a lot of fun. Well, we should probably put a water bait. We should probably make a shower bathroom type situation. Like a public bathhouse. Which I think would fit perfectly right in here. I'm gonna fit in a nice public bathhouse. I'll probably replace the walls later with like marble or something, but for now, let's build a small bathhouse, which I think I did not make this long enough, and that's gonna drive me nuts. It's not symmetrically even. Because we should probably do one for women and one... Well, actually, no. They're cavemen. They don't care, right? We're tribal still. We don't care about things like modesty. So I think we can just do one central location for this type of activity. And that should probably be fine. Yeah. At this point, so Ronnie's at least able to craft, thank goodness, because I need someone to make heavy tribal wear. Perfect. Okay, so suddenly some of the people who are going to be freezing to death aren't going to be freezing to death anymore. Maybe you should put on this outfit. And especially because there's a lot of blue fur, we can keep making more of these. And then we'll be good to go for now. Yeah, the crafting passion at least is going to help. Especially because I needed someone. Hello, Normar. Yes, we are UNGA BUNGA. We are UNGA BUNGA core. No, keep making that, please. I need that, because that actually is keeping this man somewhat warm enough to survive. Okay. Where's the fire? Oh, shoot, there is a fire. Huh. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna make the home zone. I'm gonna fill this in real quick. Okay, let's do that. Let's start with there. I think there's a water gap here that I don't think we can fill in this exterior gap, and I do need to build a gate at some point. I'll probably just put a door here is fine. Perfect. Okay, so this is eating up all of our wood, but that's fine, because we're building a protective perimeter to ensure that we have control over where these nasty, nasty raiders could possibly come from. I don't want them attacking me. Still a leadership speech as well. We're gonna wake everyone up at 2 in the morning so we can do a leadership speech, which is probably not the best way to do things, but they'll be fine. We'll also pick a role. Someone needs to be the abbot, which is a individual who's the moral guide. Who's got the highest social? Congratulations to Comrade Steve. You are now the abbot. Okay, just kidding, you can't yet. What's Costello? What do you mean a Costello? There we go. Perfect. Now we are happy. And Steve is happy. And everyone in the colony is a little bit happier now that these things are being fixed slowly but surely. Okay, now they should at least be able to eat at the table and maybe stop complaining about not eating at a table. We gotta get more of these outfits. Alright, here. Okay. We're gonna give this one to Garm. I need Garm to wear this. We do have a thinking room, but it's unfortunately being shared with our hospital. They can think about things while they tend to our wounded and injured. It's the easiest way to do things. Okay. So this is at least being built out slowly. What is... Whoa, what is that thing? Hello. This is a... Therizinosaurus. Known for their large claws, these claws were not used in combat as often believed. Instead, they were used much like a sloth's claw, to pull vegetation closer for easier access while feeding. Is this an actual dinosaur? I'm gonna actually Google this. Therizinosaurus cheloniformis. Oh, it is! Oh, that's actually kind of interesting. So it is actually based off of a real... dinosaur species. It is the only dinosaur of the Therizinosaurus genus. Interesting. Well, time to kill it. It's probably docile. It's probably worth a lot of food. We do need food to survive, such as a lot of our meats are beginning to not survive the winter. I guess what we're gonna do, we're gonna store meats out here for the time being. Raw... Wait. Why can't I find... Here we go, raw food. Okay, put raw food in there for now. And let's quickly... Okay, so... Hold on. We're gonna copy, link, paste, and then we're gonna make these important, and these are... Okay, so we're gonna make this critical for now. And then we're gonna just quickly we're gonna empty these out. Okay, that way we can quickly haul these out to where they need to go, and they'll go into the pit. Because that's where it's going to be able to stay cold, and we're not going to lose that meat, if I do this correctly. So why don't we quickly haul this and make sure this works the way I think it does. Fantastic, it did. So it will not spoil in there. Okay, fantastic. I need to use the restroom real quick. Hopefully our pawns will think a little bit harder while I do that. In fact, we're going to do a thinking ritual. I'll be right back. Please gawk at our beautiful pawns. Temporarily. Alright. Oh, there's no music. Here you go, you can gawk here. I'll run this at 2x speed. Oh, Garm, return. Garm, come and visit. How Garm? Garm good? Hope Garm day fine, exciting. Welcome, Garm, to cave experience. I don't know, I can't keep up this caveman voice. It's too much for me. I'm sorry, I'm boring. What's wrong? You don't like the caveman voice? Does really sell you on the fact that we're cavemen today? And cave women? Fighting along the cave children who died? We actually did lose a cave child, which was really tragic. I was not expecting to lose someone so quickly, but unfortunately, we were not lucky. Bad things happened. Oh shoot, I probably should have built this bathhouse near a well. That's a bit of a problem. I guess I could put a well right there, it's probably fine. Anyways, how are you, Garm? Hopefully you're having a good evening too. Hopefully you enjoyed today's stream, because it's the usual type of relaxing Rimworld build up and let's see where it goes types of experience. We're gonna have to kill more animals. It is winter, which is our biggest issue, because we have to find a way to survive through the winter. Ooh, we could kill these yaks. I think the yaks are probably killable. Alright. It's time to go commit crimes. We gotta murder these things for food. You get to use the bow for once. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set these to hunted draft and hope this doesn't kill us. Fun fact, hunted draft only works, I guess, for ranged weapons, which is really funny. Okay, maybe we don't do hunted draft anymore. I don't think that's working too well. Let's all work together and kill a yak. Okay, let's all work together and kill another yak. You existent? That's a mood. Hopefully your existence is at least surviving. Alright, fantastic. We got a few more things killed. Also, Sun, I keep forgetting, has a calm thoughts dagger. At least the exterior wall is slowly growing, but I just can't get enough research points. I'll do another tribal gathering real quick. We're just gonna keep doing this every single time. It's short, but it does provide a decent chunk of progress without having to without requiring people to sit down and think for days. I think once we get a research bench, I think it'll probably be a lot faster, but that's not until probably complex furniture. Yeah. So we'll have to just do that. Also, more animals have joined us because of course they are. Yes, and also that was 8 points, which does put us a little bit closer to all the other stuff. Recurve bow might not be a bad idea either for that. Anyways. I also saw today that HoloLive is fine. You know what's interesting? So HoloLive announced today that they're opening up auditions again for new talents, but I don't think people realize that their auditions have, like, submissions are just open all the time. You don't technically have to wait until they're like, oh, we're ready for people to come try out. Like, no, you can just submit an application whenever you want. Clearly, this is my time to shine. I should totally apply for HoloLive and get rejected because I am not a cute female VTuber that they want. I'll take care of 2 bluebirds, and they will give us a masterwork arbalist. We can get a crossbow this early? We're taking care of 2 birds? That can't be that bad, right? 16 days. That's probably fine. That's probably fine. Oh, I have to put on a mustache. No, I'm not gonna do that. Mostly because I'm not trans myself, so I would not want to pretend like I'm something that I'm not. There's your stash. There you go. But yeah, it's interesting because oh, we're being raided too. Who's attacking us? Ah, there's a person on a oh, hold on. Oh, they're actually riding their dinosaurs. You know what? It's time for us to also ride onto our ride on top of our glorious pets. All right, mount the iguanodon, and then we'll have Dark Pika mount the Masora. Time to fight. I believe Sun has a bow, so we can at least use that. And then let's grab you and you. Okay. All right. Okay. I thought I sent... Oh, shoot. I thought I sent Dark Pika to mount it, but I must have sent the attack button. Anyways, Yeah. I saw that Hololive was taking auditions, but I don't think I'm gonna... I don't think they'd ever accept me. So it's not like I'm ever realistically gonna join them, but it's always fun to imagine what would happen if I did manage to hop in with the Hololive team, but honestly, you know what I want to do? I wish I could be a voice actor. I think that's what I would find really enjoyable. I sound like an employed guy. I don't know how to even interpret that statement, Norma. What is happening here? Like, it's not incorrect. I don't know what's happening here. I think I think Giddy Up might be a little busted. Anyways, I think we won. I guess we could hunt down the animals if we really wanted to. Yeah, that's probably fine. Just go back and... Alright. Oh no, Immortal's on a warpath. Okay. Cool. I am employed. Okay. I actually do have a job that I spend time doing and looking at spreadsheets and earning money. You know what? There's a market, I believe, for just generic office worker VTubers. I should tap into that market and become the office worker Hololiver. Just be a person in a suit who looks overworked and tired all the time. Someone's gotta be into that type of design, right? I'm sure that's something that someone out there really enjoys. I will drink, don't worry. Hello, Grimo, how are you? I'm more impressed you reached 1 million rim bucks, because that's a lot of rim bucks. How did you actually... Yeah, you know what's funny? HN actually came back as a VTuber, like an indie VTuber recently, because I found her channel, and her new theme is that she's a bartender. Because I know she was doing like supporting work for Hololive, but I guess she decided to eventually strike out on her own, and that's kind of her new shtick. I think it's actually kind of fun to see. It's fun watching people who are formerly part of organizations trying to strike out on their own and see what kind of audiences they can kind of derive as a solo content creator. And it's fun to watch, like, legitimately. A lot of them do pretty good for themselves, especially if they had a really loyal fan base before. And now their loyal fan base follows them after, and it's great. I love it. Alright, have a good one, Arani. Enjoy. Oh, that's fine, and they already hated us regardless. So it's kind of interesting to see where these VTubers are gonna go. This thing has an infection. I guess it's dead now. I don't really want to tend to this poor thing if it's just gonna... I think we might just have to slaughter it. Yeah, if it's already infected, I think we just put it out of its misery. At the very least, we can eat it. I think the main issue is I don't have a breeding pair of these now, but that's fine. Actually, no, I don't even think they were a breeding pair in the first place. I think they were both male. Anyways, our wall is looking pretty nice. I'm pretty pleased with how that's panning out. We should probably start figuring out where we're going to get more steel. Thankfully, there's a giant stack of steel over there, which we'll grab in a bit. It's not priority right now. Okay, so this is going to be our bathhouse type thing. Except, I'm not really sure how we're going to get... Oh, actually, we can do floor paintings. Okay, at the very least, for now, since I don't have a good spot for this, let's make this in like a small rec room. And then... maybe for now, yeah, that's probably what we're gonna have to do until I can figure out where else I can put these. And then... so one half is the rec room, and this half will be the bathhouse area. We can probably split into two sections here. Since we don't have public baths for everyone yet, we can do at least a latrine. And then a small tub, and that should be fine. On the other hand, I also don't want to necessarily sign up for a corporate group just because, you know, you lose that independence. That said, I think most of the VTubers I watch nowadays are basically just indie friends and maybe Matsuri and occasionally Okayu. That's about it. I don't really watch anyone else. Because there's just too many VTubers to keep track of. It's just not feasible to watch all of them. Contact Collection Intrepid? I don't think I've ever seen a... I don't think I've ever seen a figure of Intrepid. I remember when Intrepid came out, a lot of my friends were poking fun at Intrepid's this character art because the head just seemed so small compared to the rest of the body. I know that's kind of mean, but if you've never seen it, let me just pull it up on stream real quick so you can see. I can see it. I watch Whiskey sometimes. People always, like a lot of my friends always poke fun at this, but Intrepid's design is just, it's not the worst, but the head, I think, just looks really small compared to the rest of the body. And not even just that, I think also like this this neck pillow really kind of makes the body look a little funny. And yes, it is drawn by Shivafu, which I don't think people, you know, people should hate her because it's drawn by Shivafu. But it really does kind of fit the potato aesthetic that Shivafu has. So Shivafu, if you don't know, is one of the main character artists for Kantai Collection. Did a lot of... Okay, I think their pixel was gone, but they did a lot of the major characters. I think they did like a lot of the key Kantai Collection key art is Shivafu. But yeah, the head shape is a little... It is quite small compared to the rest of the body. Which is really funny, because a lot of other Shivafu art is actually not that bad. It's just this one ended up being so strange. Man, I miss the Kantai Collection designs. These were so good. Taiho is a really good design. I love Taiho's design. Who else had a cool design that I liked? I forgot that she was in the anime, too. Yeah. The normal... Is it a normal proportion? Maybe I am just used to anime chibi designs. To me, it always looked small. But maybe I'm just used to character designs that are more like a different head-body ratio. I think that's probably why. Okay, that's a literal potato. I think it's really funny. Once the Kantai Collection started running out of big battleships to make characters out of, they're just like, we're just gonna take the coastal defense ships and make them look like literal elementary schoolers. And it's like, but why? This is literally just child soldiers. Yes, that's actually... So Taiho's main claim to fame is that she's an armored aircraft carrier. So that's why in her art she has like a metal plate around her chest, because it's to represent her metal armor plating. And yes, she didn't last very long. There's a lot of Japanese, Imperial Japanese ships just straight up didn't last that long in the face of overwhelming American superiority. Who would have guessed that dumping all your money into a gigantic battleship like the Yamashiro is not going to save you when battleships were essentially outclassed by carriers and airplanes? There's probably a figure for everything. If worst comes to worst, you can probably 3D print something if you are willing to paint it. I do miss like I said, I do miss Kantai Collection designs quite a bit. I felt that they were at least more memorable to me than... What was the other game that people played that I hated? Azure Lane. Azure Lane had the... I've talked about this on stream before, but I think Azure Lane just has like really bad ship designs because they're very much designed to be fetish fuel first over character and uniform second. And that's why I have a strong dislike for Azure Lane. I tried playing Azure Lane. I didn't like it very much. Kantai Collection has basically no gameplay, but I'd rather play Kantai Collection than play Azure Lane. That is my real hot take. That is my actual hot take when it comes to anime video game stuff. Also, Rei has risen from the dead. She's no longer dying. Although she's missing some toes. Why is Steve on a verge mental breakdown? Okay, well they had a fight in the middle of this. Yeah, it's fine. We'll have to find a way to survive this in a bit. Took one torpedo, decided, so air conditioning when the ship was turned into the world's largest fuel bomb. Knowledge of damage control on board. Yeah, who would have guessed that that's a very common thing, especially in like World War II, when a lot of the more senior people were, you know, just getting kicked out of the military or getting killed, you know, and you give a super advanced ship to inexperienced officers. Oh, to be fair, also the ship was brand new. A lot of things that people probably didn't understand on how to make sure that it didn't explode like a bomb, but alas it did, and thus ended the story of the Taiho. Oh, that's a lot of words. There was a lot of really cool designs, though. I'm trying to think like what other cool designs Kantai Collection had that wasn't just... I will say, I was always a little sad that the mascot for Kantai Collection was Shimakaze, because that outfit is quite something. The one cool part about Shimakaze was the whole Rensoho-chan, which was the little mascot turret familiar that she had with her. I think those were fun. And I remember one time in an art class that I took, we were playing with clay, and I actually made a clay Rensoho-chan. If I can find the photo, which unfortunately I don't think I can, because that photo was like from an eternity ago. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it. Oh wait, I found it. Hold on. Here, I will share this very rare image of clay work that I did in... What is this time? Let's see here. This photo is from... No, I don't want to enhance. I don't want to AI enhance this. Google 2018. Let me see if I can find it. I found it. Downloads. Here we go. Rare clay work that I did. Look at this beautiful Renso-chan. I didn't write Zekamashi in the front because I kind of forgot to, but it's there. And it's beautiful. This is back when I was actually still into Kantai Collection, but this is 7 years ago. I don't have this anymore. I think it got thrown away. Oops. How tragic. You don't understand. Kantai Collection was a huge part of my life in college, especially like my early college years. It's also not a gacha game by any means. It's very much you have to play the game properly to unlock whatever you want. But it was so RNG heavy that it was just unbearable to play. Oh wow, Ray's home. Hi Ray. How was your fun time? Did you enjoy? Welcome back to suffering. You died and then you came back to life. A Manhunter pack has arrived. They're dinosaurs, so now we gotta go hunt them down. Alright. Where is Dark Pico's stake? Oh, I guess the stake is destroyed. Sorry, we need to make more weapons. Let's make a club out of steel, I think. I think a steel club is probably good to go, because we don't have any uranium. In the meanwhile, let's get whoever can fight this off. Yeah, Ray died, and then she came back to life, so it's all fine and dandy. You died of an infection on your right arm, specifically is what happened. Okay, you have a bow. Can you actually use that bow to hit these before they get too close? Okay, so you're not able to actually get these guys on fire, are you? Maybe I'm using this weapon wrong. Maybe that's not the right way to use it. Okay, maybe it is. Alright, well, I do like setting things on fire, so that's fun. Okay, Ronnie's taking some damage. Let's have you go back now. You definitely need to go back. You're injured pretty badly. And the last one will perish fairly quickly. Wait, when did my goat die? When did I get goats? We may need to slaughter the goats. I don't think it's worth keeping them around. All I'm gonna say is this Persona Monosword has saved us a little far too much. It's too good. I'll finish it off. Alright, undraft everyone, let's go. Also, we do need to start cleaning this up, so let's start dismantling all the garbage here. The ancient barrels, the crates, whatever's from the ages long past before us, let's get rid of it. At the very least, we can turn the goat and the random other things we were killing for food, so that's really handy. Okay, look at this. We have water. We have bathrooms. We have everything we need. Okay. So what else do we need to survive? We have about 6 more days until winter. Your friend is trying to convince you to pull the trigger on an intrepid Kigu. Are you doing the Kai? Are you gonna wait? Actually, in all your Kigus, you're not having the whole weapon rigging, right? It's just the character and their outfit, right? Wait, isn't Intrepid still floating? I remember reading somewhere a long time ago that Intrepid's like a museum ship nowadays, along with the, I think, Iowa. I think there's like one other one that I'm forgetting. The one that they host that convention on every year. There's some convention, I think it's on the east or west coast, that they host on a military ship. Like a museum military ship. I cannot remember if that's the Intrepid one or if it was something else. And I always thought that was really interesting that America may have won World War II, but the Japanese have won the culture war. Now there are Japanese anime characters walking freely on the former American military ships. I find that so amusing. Yeah, what do they do with the Enterprise? They turned it into... Did they use it as like a testing dummy? They scuttled it in the end? Oh. Hello, Greywind, how are you? Greywind, I need to ask, were you playing... I know you're saying you're playing Surviving Mars. Is it the new Surviving Mars thing that came out recently? The, I am blanking out on the term. The remake that just came out. I didn't even realize it came out until I was browsing Steam last night, and it's like, wow, a relaunch came out. And I saw all the reviews, and people were mad that they made a relaunch. Because they're like, why isn't this just in the base game? Why did you have to make a new version and making us pay for it? But then I saw it's like $20 if you already own the game. It's not a bad price to essentially have the updated version with updated engine and, yeah, I guess politic mechanics and other things. I think it's fine. People are just mad whenever things that they paid for previously are now free, or vice versa. Because people are still mad about the... People are still mad that Hoi 4 is basically incorporating DLC content into the main game. I should rant about this because it drives me up the wall when people get mad about it. Like, Hoi 4 is a old game. Okay. I want to get Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. The what now? Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. What is this? Oh, this game. Why are they removing it for sale? Phased out on November 15. It's kind of weird that the game is just not available for sale anymore. They're just gonna be like, yeah, we're done selling this game now. Honestly, for $65, that's a little high, and I probably would never have realistically played this game on my own time. So I'm probably not going to buy it, but it is a little unfortunate. And I'm sure there's going to be someone who's going to be selling it, you know, resale keys at some point. So I'm not terribly concerned that much. But it's something to keep in mind, yes, if that is something you care about. So I get it. But yeah, what was I talking about? Right, the DLC thing. I am always surprised that people get mad when they say, we're incorporating this DLC that we released in the very early lifespan of the game into the base game so we can make better versions of this content later. I kind of get it, maybe, you know, when they're mad, like, oh, we should be getting the new versions for free, but at the same time, you're asking the developers to make more content for free when they still need to put food on the table and pay their bills too. As much as, yes, it's corporate shilling, but listen, it's Hearts of Iron. It's already a niche title, all right? Oh. So when I saw that they were announcing, like, when they announced it, like, hey, we're redoing the Japan tree, and all that. Oh, jeez, who's dying? Garm's dying of what? Food poisoning and a bad back. Okay, let's get you saved. Let's get you back into the bed, old man. Old girl. Oh my goodness, we also have these traders who have arrived nearby. Perhaps we can exchange goods and services for goods and services, and maybe we'll be fine. Oh, they have a lot of meat. That's a lot of meat. So I think I can sell a lot of the miscellaneous furs in exchange for herbal medicine, which I do need. And I think that's it. I think we're fine on meat, so I'll just take that. We will probably have to go hunting soon. I think there's a lot of small things we'll just hunt down, and that shouldn't cause too much of an issue. So just let that roll. Also, is there anyone in the queue right now? No, okay. Well, when someone gets in the queue, we'll assign this person to them. I do want to play EU5 at some point, but I think I'm already too busy playing CK3 and some of the other stuff. Well, Magmar needs to get in here and actually join the queue so that I can assign to Magmar correctly. That's kind of gonna be my rule for this run. Anyways, let's talk about Hoi4. So anyways, yeah, the biggest issue right now is that Hoi4 is releasing new DLC. People are mad that, hey, why are you redoing this? Why are you incorporating this DLC that we paid for into the base game? That's not fair. And it's like, listen, buddy, you are complaining about DLC that was released in almost the very first major DLC was the Asia DLC. And these people are whining that it's being incorporated into the base game and they're going to make a new version of that DLC. Like, it's almost like they don't want them to make new content, or they want them to make new content and make it free for people who bought the original DLC, which just is not economically feasible. I don't know. Paradox players whine a lot. Paradox players love whining. I'm one of those people who whine a lot too about video games, but I think Paradox players are just like a different breed of special. And I am one of them. Stability being a skill from less than how it was before. I don't know the stability mechanic. You have to remember, I did not touch EU4. I was not a person who ever touched EU4, even though I kind of wanted to at some point, but I just never found the time to play it myself. And it's like the only Paradox major grand strategy that I just completely skipped. So I played CK2, CK3, Hoi 4, Hoi 3, Vic 3, Stellaris. EU's the only one I missed. Because for whatever reason, the age of exploration just doesn't really appeal to me that much. I really enjoy the Crusader era, and I really enjoy the age of industrialization, and obviously I love the World War II era because I put way too much time into the Hearts of Iron franchise, but that's a whole different problem, right? That's a whole different problem. What do we do with this corpse? What is our... I think we're allowed to eat human meat, so I guess we'll also make sure we butcher humans. That should be fine. Butcher non-colonist humans. Yeah, I don't think Livingston only shows up whenever I think about playing Vic 3, but quite frankly, I'm pretty bad at Victoria 3. I've tried it a few times, but Victoria 3, I'm pretty awful at it. I played it a few times on stream, and it was okay. I think the one time I played it, people enjoyed at least, hey, we're doing the Bavaria experience, and we're slowly making Germany super Germany. But whenever I tried playing on my own time, it goes sideways very quickly. And I think the one other fun time I've had was when I played China, because you had so many people to mess with. Like, you just straight up could not, like, you can just keep building a bajillion things if it's just all food. Oh, Livingston shows up in Whiskey's chat. That's really funny. That's really funny. I feel like there's like a specific, I don't know what the right word is. I feel like Livingston only just shows up to like say, hey, please play Vic 3, and that's about it. And it's like, I would, but I don't really want to play Vic 3 is the problem. Here's the thing. I think Vic 3 is not terribly exciting to watch. Unless you are really into the age of industrialization, Vic 3 is a very... I don't think it's a very watchable game, is the kindest way I can describe it. That's just the reality. We're gonna put another house, like, right here. I think we're just gonna put a one-tile gap, and it should be okay. I think we'll actually try to mirror the design on this one. Let's try mirroring the design. It'll be a little interesting if we mirror it. This is 7 tiles. Because I gotta move the ritual spot a little deeper in. And then this goes up 6. 1, 2, 3, and then here. Okay, there we go. Let's get this next house built out. And then we can probably start designing additional housing units. That'll get us to 3 out of 11, so that's fine. And we can at least start building the double beds again, which are incredibly relevant for us. I think it depends what you're looking for. I like Paradox games a lot, but you have to remember I grew up playing those titles, and they are very much designed to appeal to a very specific audience that are, you know, really into watching maps, right? And history nerds, and people of that nature. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just an observation of what people are into, right? There's nothing wrong with being someone who enjoys a little bit of historical shenanigans here and there, but, you know, you gotta keep in mind that it's not for everyone. And I fully understand that why you might not want to watch it either. Right? Because I also don't really watch Paradox game streams at all. I will watch YouTube videos because you can generally condense an entire, you know, 4 or 5 hour game into about 20 minutes and just capture all the highlights. In fact, I should probably be doing that whenever I stream Hoi 4 next week, to see if I can condense it down into, like, welcome to the Japan experience. Here's our situation, and here's how I failed badly at it. But people only want to watch the games where people win and accomplish objectives, which is also a really big problem, because I am terrible at Hoi 4. 600 hours in, and I still kind of default to the same exact strategies every single time, and it gets boring. I need to find more exciting things, like being, this is my full artillery run. It goes very badly. Why is there a lot of people dying? Why are my animals running away? Did Battletech memes the entire time. Did she make Space Marines? I don't think that's the thing you can do in Hoi 4 anymore, but back in the day you could make a template. It was called Space Marines because it just ran over everything. It was also really expensive, but it was essentially like, what, 8 infantry, a bunch of no, it was like 8 Marines. Might have been 10 Marines, and you slapped on some heavy missiles. You played as Scotland in Hoi 4? Why? Well, you can't even play as Scotland. You play as England, unless you can flip into Scotland, which I cannot remember if it's a thing that you can do or not. Oh, okay, we are, I think, running out of food again. I think we have enough food, but apparently, oh, we have enough human meat. We should be fine. We should be fine. Hello, marksman. How are you? If you want, there's a pawn that you can take right here. 15 years of age. Industrious, impatient, cook, chemical fascination, ignorant, and jogger. A decent chance at becoming better at shooting. Oh, she tagged into Scotland. Got it. Fair enough. Whatever. I'm excited for the Hoi 4 DLC. Oh. They attacked an animal. And now their members are dying. I guess we should probably rescue them so they don't die. Or else they're gonna get mad at us. On the other hand, they may have just killed a bunch of the animals for us, which means we have fresh dinner available. Okay, that should be fine. We also need to start figuring out our clothes. We're becoming less cavemen. We're actually becoming more civilized bit by bit. Is anyone gonna tend to this person, or is he just dead? Okay, you get doctor care but no medicine. Because I don't want to waste my medicine on this person. I don't think it's really worth it. I don't know if we're gonna make it in time. He might actually die. Got 0.3 hours. Yep, he's dead. Well, we tried. Okay. But, you know, that's fair. The real question is, what country are we going to play? I'm thinking we're going to play Japan or the Philippines. The Philippines is really funny because I can make funny jokes about, like, well, Filipinos and also sing their national anthem, which, if you've never heard, it's quite a thing. Oh, geez, what's happening? They keep aggroing random animals, and that is causing a lot of issues for us. Thankfully it didn't go full aggro on us. Okay, so at least we can eat these. Maybe, you know what, hold on, we're gonna execute all the... We're gonna execute all of these things real quick before they become a huge problem. Yeah, let's just start bashing their heads in. Or maybe Arani, you don't fight anymore. Let's let Immortal kill them all. Except you have food poisoning, so you also can't do anything. Okay, great. Finish this one off. And then Sonia and Ray, we're gonna have these two go out here and kill this one. Okay. Ah, there we go. So Ray is now unfortunately bleeding again. Okay. I think that clears out all the predators, and we should be safe for the time being. Perfect. So, anyways, yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna do Japan, maybe the Philippines. You can do the whole national anthem, which, well, how does it go? How does it? I don't know how it goes. Like, it's like Bayang Magilu Pelasaning Silanganan, something like that. It's all I remember. It's very interesting listening to national anthems, I will say. I knew a guy when I was in school. He was a Canadian fellow. Interesting lad. He really loved singing the Canadian national anthem. I had no idea why. But every day, without fail, he would just, at some point, just going like, "Oh, Canada, our home and native land." I don't remember the rest of it. But he would always sing it in English, and it was very, very interesting. Very, very fun guy, but I was just like, this man's got an obsession with the "Oh Canada" theme. Which, quite frankly, I don't think it's one of the better national anthems. I think it's probably one of the more just, it's fairly simple. Also, we gotta start. I think we can do... Oh, we have stone now. Oh my goodness, we have so many options. Okay. We can make a granary. All our options have expanded greatly. So first things first, we're gonna need a stone cutter table. I'm just gonna dump it in here for now, because I don't know where else to put this. That's fine. And we need to find a way to store things is the other issue too. So we're just gonna have any stone right now, and probably my guess is we're just gonna dump it outside. So I think we'll do this. We'll do a dumping zone here, right next to our little hoop scotch ring thing. Put all the blocks in here. And then we'll probably just make a ton of granite and limestone, because I believe that's all we have access to. Granite, limestone should be more than enough, especially there's a lot of granite and limestone here. And whoever's going to do this is going to get a pretty decent amount of crafting experience as they sit here slapping rocks together. Do this forever, please. Thank you. We'll see how long this takes. Hopefully not too long. Everyone should have warm clothes now, which is good. Perfect. Okay, we can probably stop making that. Let's stop doing that, please. Cancel this, and then this club is gonna go to... Sony. No. This new person gets the club. Marksman, were you planning on joining the colony for this run or no? Or are you waiting for a better pawn to show up that you can maybe gamble into? There's so many clothes that I need to get rid of too. We don't have a way to get rid of these, is the other issue. They're all just hanging there. Sun's always on the verge of a mental breakdown too, which is a bit of an issue. Oh, because it's hungry. They also want all nice bedrooms. We don't even have the ability to make art yet, which is, I think, another... We can, actually. We don't have any artistes, though. Just kidding, we do. Ronnie's a pretty decent artist. Okay, so I think we'll do complex furniture into fishing, and that should get us everything we need to survive for the foreseeable future. And Ixonia got the flu. And the people who are able to tend to Ixonia aren't doing doing a very, very bad job of it. Okay, let's well, I guess we'll just have to pray that Immortal survives. Or Ixonia survives. So how bad is it? What is okay, whole body flu. I think what we can do, since we do have the appropriate roles, we can preach health to you, and that should maybe give you a little bit of a boost. Yes, because preaching health does give you bonus gain, immunity gain speed, which might be able to help counteract the fact that you got a 20%. Or if not, at least counteract, it might be enough to just keep you stable, and hopefully the next person who tends to you does a much better job than Immortal did. Also, we might end stream a little early today. I wasn't expecting to stream normal time today, and I am a little sleepy because my sleep schedule is a disaster. My eating schedule is a disaster. My entire existence is basically a disaster. Fun times ahead, I'm sure. But hopefully it's just a one-day thing. I didn't get a chance to take a nap today. So I've just been running on fumes, aside from eating some chicken and tacos, and that's what's keeping me alive right now. Okay, who's actually going to be capable of crafting here? I think it is a craft work. So it's primarily going to be Ray who sits here and makes rocks, right? Yeah. Let's also run the ritual real quick so we can get more research points. Ideally towards our complex furniture that we desperately need. Okay, perfect. So that did give us a decent amount, but I believe it got scattered amongst the main line ones. Think of the Scotland run, you just started chat making Battletech memes to the point you made the Royal Blackwatch and 6 Highland of Northwind regiments. Is that what she named it? Wait, let me look this up. Royal Blackwatch. What is the Royal Blackwatch? The Royal Blackwatch is an actual regiment of the Scottish military. Huh. Okay, so basically you just get... Oh wait, no, here we go. There's an actual... Oh wait, there's an actual article here. The Royal Blackwatch Regiment, elite combat unit of the Star League Defense Force, traces its roots back to the Blackwatch Regiment of the UK. Oh, that's really funny. It's an actual thing. Well, that's kind of cute. Yeah, they're the in-game descendants, the Battletech descendants, are descended from the real Blackwatch. That's a nice touch. I like that. That's cute. Okay, now we're getting large quantities of granite blocks, which is excellent. Now what I can do is I did want to floor this in limestone or granite. I think the outdoors I want granite. Just add some color to this and just give us some little bit of pop. So our builders will be a little busy for the time being, but I think this will be a good idea. Yes, we're basically prioritizing aesthetics yet again over actually expanding the colony in meaningful ways, because at this point, why not? We're gonna have to hunt down more animals. Is Mortal still dying of food poisoning? No. Okay. Oh, we're being attacked. From 2 directions. Okay, so they're all melee. That's, they're all melee, so whenever they decide to attack us, we'll just summon the people who are combat ready and just slap them silly. Ixonia not only has the flu, but now has gut worms. Because of course, why not? Ixonia will never be free from this suffering. There's only pain. And also there's a wild mad animal. Great, okay, so we're dealing with a wild mad animal who's at least going to distract this stack, and then the two up there will approach us and we'll kill it. They can definitely kill the animals, it's not a big deal. They didn't take that much damage either. That's fine. You should be warm in this. Wolfskin Tribal Heavyware still not enough, huh? Alright, let's try to put some of these down. We'll do 3 at the top area. Actually, they're probably gonna all approach from this side, so we'll just summon everyone. Except Ixonia. Yeah, look at that. They conveniently decide that they're gonna follow the actual curvature of our defenses. How very glib, or whatever they say. Ooh, come on. Another hit. Fantastic. Okay, we're gonna maneuver Steve over here. Same with Garm, because I think they're getting a little too many here. Get a Ronnie here as well. Might as well enjoy the fun. I don't know how people can do this with a no pause. Alright, not too bad. And let's make sure we finish this one off. And there we go. We got a few fresh kills. Oh my goodness. My back is also killing me too. I really should look into more Battletech lore, but I'm just not terribly interested in Battletech lore that much. I'm way more interested in, like, if I'm gonna read science fiction lore, I do think something like 40K has a little bit more draw to me than Battletech. Now, I do enjoy Battletech because it's got like all these corporations vying for power, which is fun, and they have things like their private militaries. But quite frankly, I haven't really paid too much attention to a lot of similar things to Battletech, like what's that TRPG that people really like? Lancer. I really wish I got a chance to play Lancer. I've always wanted to play it, but I could never get a group for it, and I don't have time to make any more groups than other than the ones that I'm already in. Just no time. TRPGs are just a time-consuming hobby, and that's all there is to it. Have you rest here so you don't die. Can we reach health? Do you know? Okay. I actually did manage to make some Psychite too, which is really funny. We probably could justify going into fine meals, especially if we're consuming a lot of human meat. In fact, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do consume or cook carnivorous fine meals if it's only made out of human meat, or all the nasty meat. Do this until we have 10. The Black Pants Legion and Sven van der Plank. I assume those are just the lore channels, right? Like people who make lore vids. Please tell me they don't use AI. There has been this ridiculous trend I've been noticing in 40K videos as of late, where it's basically a channel that's like, hey, we'll just regurgitate a well-known 40K story, but we're gonna make it voiced by an AI narrator, and the script also sounds like it was just written by a generic AI. Ugh. Because why make original content? Oh no, it's not just 40K, it's a lot of other hobbies that are dealing with this now too. There's so much AI slop nowadays. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, okay, you want to know what's actually cursed? Hold on, let me tell you something. It's kind of, I don't know, it depends on your definition of cursed, but you know that game Arc Raiders that came out recently? It's got a lot of people really raving about it right now. Their character VOs are all AI generated, but in this case, supposedly anyways, the voice actors acquiesced to this. They basically said, this is fine, you can use our voices to train your AI models for dialogue, right? And I saw that news and I was like, I can't help but feel that this might be vaguely exploitative. Because they're essentially preying on these new wannabe up-and-coming voice actors and getting them to sign away their rights so they can always make content with their voices without having to ask them to record it again. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a little not good. And it essentially is trying to normalize, hey, sell the rights to your voices and we can use it forever in perpetuity. And I don't like that at all. I think that's a slippery slope that we're going to approach. And I saw a lot of people on the Arc Raiders subreddit basically going crazy. It's like, this is perfectly fine. This is the future, man. You just got to accept it. I'm like, this is not what I was expecting to see from... Generally, most gaming communities are very anti-AI, but I guess if your favorite game does it, then it's perfectly fine and normal, and you're just a hater if you're against it. I legitimately think that's how some people feel about some of these things, and it's a little depressing to see, quite frankly, because, like I said, I'm pretty fairly anti-AI in a lot of regards, because I think it just takes away from the creative soul of, well, people who want to make things. If it's just, like, being replaced by AI, what's the bloody point? What's the point of it all? So anyways, I thought that was kind of interesting. The way they're doing it is apparently it's going to be a, like, more of a, like a speech synthesizer, similar to what they did for the voice of Darth Vader, something Jones. Earl Jones? James Earl Jones. Okay, they're good again. They're against AI. Good. That's good to hear, at least. Because you'd be surprised at how many AI slop videos are on YouTube and Shorts now, and it's just awful. And it's not, and even if they're narrating it themselves, you can tell the script is written by AI because there's a lot of things in that the AI will generate for a script that's just so easy to catch. Things like, I don't know. It's like it's always like a 3 bullet point structure. Give them mind clearly. Oh, trust me, I know. I remember seeing that KDA video and it was so bad. Ugh. Oh, hey, we have another wild man. We could rescue the one. We could tame the one named Snake, although that might be a little difficult, but we'll try. Sony's still trying to deal with the flu, right? Are you gonna survive? Can we preach health to you? Let's preach health to you real quick. There you go. Get healthy, child. We beg of you. We need you to live much longer than you think you're gonna live. Okay. Also, we need to kill more trees. We have run out of wood. I have somehow actually stripped this entire area of wood. But we're gonna need more. So in the interest of that, let's quickly kill more trees. Actually, we've reached Aprime, so now we are actually able to grow crops. We're gonna grow potatoes, hay, and psychoid, and we can maybe make psychite tea. I don't know. I think I said my biggest complaint is that I feel like by one game company doing this to normalize selling the rights to your voice for AI training models, it's just going to encourage other companies to do the same thing, especially if they're a company that's going to want to hire less known talent. Maybe part of your attempt to break into the industry is selling the rights to your voice on a perpetual basis to a company. And I think that's such a really bad thing to see. It sucks. I think that's really awful, especially someone who's been interested in maybe getting into that type of industry at some point in time, even though I don't really know where to start. I think even having... I think one of the things I hate... I know I'm just turning into like a complaining rant. One of the things I really hate about where AI is going is that I think for a lot of creatives, it kind of is suppressing the desire for people to get creative when they can just use a robot to create the thing that they want to make. And it'll discourage other people from trying to enter in and going through the grind of developing the skill of whether it's art, writing, video editing, script making, a lot of creative different fields, because it's just all about AI now. It's all about the robot overlords. You have less than those people when you remember that they also told you to learn to code when you sometimes mention the danger of AI. Yeah, there's also that too. A lot of, what is it now? Isn't Microsoft base? Isn't Windows 11 just basically vibe coded nowadays? Because they really want to prove that AI can make an operating system, and then their operating system has an issue where every time you try to close X out of Task Manager, it boots up 2 more Task Managers. You will never be free from Task Manager. It is forever. Also, Exonia is on the verge of dying. We gotta get rid of that. So how are you doing, Raging? How was your stream? Because I think you were streaming Rimworld earlier, right? How did that go? Sven van der Plank's been on mission to complete history of Battletech Lotus and has not started with Dawn of Humanity Space. Now he's nearing the end of the 3rd Succession War. How many Succession Wars are there? 3, right? I think there's only 3. Oh, oh, gotcha. Okay, well, hopefully you're able to get some water and just chill for a bit. Trying to keep our people alive. I think Exonia lives. Yep. Exonia beat the flu. Somehow. And we're still gonna need more chunks so we can actually build this out. Where is Ray? Or I guess Arani's now slapping rocks together. Oh, we're out of food! No, we're not. Wait a second. Okay, get cooking. There are 4 named Succession Wars. Interesting. That sounds ominous. Okay, there we go. So at least Arani can cook a lot of meals. So at least we have food for people. Excellent. As well, the human meat's coming into play. We're going to have to kill some dinosaurs in the near future. I can sense it already. Trying to wait as long as I can, but the potatoes aren't growing that fast. Okay, let's do another tribal ritual. And the 4th is the shortest in terms of time span. Probably because they had access to very scary weapons, I assume, right? By the time of war comes around for the 4th time, that's usually when the violence reaches its absolute zenith. Fly a couple nukes, call it a day. End of society and civilization as we know it, right? Oh, I don't know why I'm so sleepy. I don't think I have enough caffeine in my day today. Maybe it's time for me to start consuming energy drinks on the regular. Maybe that's the only way to become a real gamer. Time to try out this Red Bull thing that the kids are into. I never actually drank in a Red Bull. I don't see the appeal, quite frankly. But I do know I have some friends who are really into Red Bull, that they will have an entire wall of Red Bull. I'm not allowed. Exactly, no, I'm not gonna drink Red Bull. It's a joke, I would never. Let's put the granite here. We can probably haul these quickly and get that over there. That allowed coffee's better. Thing is, I don't like coffee. Okay, let me rephrase. I kind of like to taste the coffee in certain situations if it's like sweetened, I guess. For example, in like a frappuccino or in a tiramisu. But that's about it. I don't really like coffee in most. I guess coffee ice cream is also fine too, but I just never could get into coffee. I thought about trying to get into coffee because I hear drinking coffee's got a decent amount of health benefits as well. But, you know, I never got around to doing that. Also, I think we ran out of human meat. We're gonna have to kill some animals. Alright, let's get stabbing. Arani stays behind. Let's grab these. Oh, we got another wild person. Okay. Alright, these guys are gonna head out. Let's go also make sure they're in the right ideology here. You're correct. You're correct. First Succession War is the deadliest. Okay. Big intergenerational conflict to kind of kick off the Great Wars. Manhunter pack of what? Boom rats have arrived. Great. Everyone get inside here, please. I don't have a way to kill these at range, do I? I don't have a way to kill these at range. That's a problem. Alright, we're gonna have to pick someone to sacrifice to try to knock these out. Or we just hopefully we don't get murdered by the explosions. Screw it. Alright, you back up. Alright. Okay, just back you up. Bruises and burns are fine. You'll live. Alright. So much for hunting. There's still one more over there. Please. And Exoni just set our wall on fire. Alright. Cool. Imagine technology and populations of bar graphs steadily rising with some dips in the first section that happens unironically cliff. Oh, you mean like the Korean Finno hyper war? You mean like the Korean Finno hyper war, right? That's basically like what you're referring to. You know, I just realized you're right. I can build a bridge. I completely forgot this is an option for me now. I think if I just build it here, that's probably enough. It's probably not symmetrical. Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about, do you? All right, well, let me tell you all about the Korean Finnish hyper war. Okay, with the meme. Okay, you do know, yes. I think it is one of the funniest concepts I've ever heard of, especially whenever you look at the technology graph of this thing. The Finno-Korean hyper war, thank you. I couldn't remember the right term. Like whenever oh geez, why is this so microscopic? Why is it a Facebook image photo? Hold on, I'm gonna copy this image link. This is one of my favorite images of all time. The implication that society went into basically space and super technologically advanced civilization, and then immediately cratered following the end of the Finno-Korean hyper war, and no other civilization has been able to match its level of technology except for pre-Diluvian Babylon. Right? Like, look at this technological advancements, the early hominids, and then the kingdoms of Africa, Finnish Korean empires, and then it just collapsed. And then eventually, you know, we get to the destruction of Maldek, we get to Mu, Atlantis, Babylon, but then the Great Flood that everyone knows happened, and then eventually you get to things like Egypt, Greece, Romans. Just never been able to catch up to where the great Finno-Koreans were at. What a shame. I love this image, it's so stupid. Someone out there will believe it's real. Oh, absolutely, someone will believe it's real. Someone will be like, but I saw it on the internet, it's gotta be real. Just like it's the same people who think the earth is flat. Or people who are like some Korean or Finnish hypo-nationalists that want to really believe that the Finns and the Koreans really started all of civilization in modern Earth. They go in the ice wall. Wait, what's the ice wall? Ice wall. Okay, modern flat Earth beliefs on Wikipedia. Hold on, let's all read this together because I gotta find out what this ice wall thing is. I don't think I've heard of this one. Is it literally just where the Earth is surrounded by a giant wall of ice? Is that literally it? We're all going to get brain cancer together. Okay, potentially the more okay, so members of the Flat Earth Society conspire to fabricate evidence that Earth is spherical, namely that NASA is guarding the Antarctic ice wall that surrounds the Earth. Flat Earthers argue that NASA manipulates and fabricates its satellite images based on observations that the color of oceans changes from image to image and continents seem to be in different places. The publicly perpetuated image is kept up through a large-scale practice of compartmentalization where only select number of individuals know the truth. I want to know. I know that Flat Earth was initially meant to be like a joke, but I really want to know who are the people that believe in this and what are they smoking? It's like they want to believe that they found some kind of grand conspiracy that everything common society knows is just wrong, when it's just like they don't want to believe that they might be wrong, that their held beliefs are wrong. Oh, that's so funny. You have an aunt who genuinely believes it? I'm so sorry. I assume no amount of explaining to her why it's not real is going to have her stop believing it, right? Oh shoot, we have no food again. Alright, let's go hunt down more animals. Alright, you're dying of malnutrition. Alright, we gotta go kill animals for food now. Alright, thankfully there's a bunch of fresh animals like right outside of our gates, so hopefully we don't die to these, but we'll try. Okay, well they're all very angry at us. Alright, get the next stack of fighters up here now. Oh shoot. Immortal actually went down. The pain's too much for Immortal to handle. Okay, these things are actually kind of scary. I didn't think they would all counterattack. Well, this is why we didn't let Arani fight, because I needed Arani to stay behind. Okay. There's like 2 left. If we can kill them, we should be fine. Alright, just quickly rescue Immortal. Oh, Ray went down too. Okay, so let's kill this one. And this is the last one we need to kill, and then we'll be fine. And I'll have to triage everyone real quick, so let's just go down here. Slam out a few more medical beds. Should be fine. Okay, so Zeopo's got 4 hours. That's probably the biggest priority. Okay, so let's get you away, you away, you away. And then you are going to rescue Zeoposer, you're going to rescue Ray. And then you're going to rescue Immortal. And then let's just get these guys tended to ASAP. And then you're going to, Steve, come over here to finish these off. And then we're going to start butchering these for food. We'll wake up Arani, so Arani can cook them. Okay. So we have a very overworked doctor here. And hopefully it's going to be enough to keep everyone alive. Looks like the answer is yes. I think we're keeping everyone alive. Ray might die again, but... Ixonia got an infection on top of everything else, so that's fun. Okay, so we need you to immediately tend now. Ray's gonna live, so quickly tend to Ixonia. Come on. Perfect, okay. Tend here. And then Arani can go butcher animals and cook food. And that should mean we have something to eat for the time being. Why are we feeding someone just a raw corpse? We're supposed to butcher into bits and pieces. Also, someone wants to land here. They'll be attacked by Nord's people from the Serpent Clan. If we're able to defend it, they will give us shuttle loot and gold, which I think I can ignore. No one else in the family believes it. It's the thing, like, I think... Oh, jeez, what's attack? What's mad now? Oh, jeez. When it comes to things like... Flat Earth, I think it's one of those, it's very similar to certain other cults where once you're in it and you just can't not believe it, or else your entire identity falls apart. I think that's the big issue. A lot of people like to turn it to be part of their core. Oh my gosh, you have an infection. Okay. There's a lot of injuries hanging around here, and it's becoming really untenable to keep everyone alive with only so many doctors, and one of those doctors is currently knocked out. We're gonna need some armor to deal with the dinos soon. I don't think we can handle it without getting armor. I think our little fort's at least getting there. What I want to do is we're gonna put a little wall here, and that should seal off that section. Also, this person is here dying of frostbite and an infection. I guess we're gonna rescue them. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna stretch and use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. That's a good question. Why is your printing press in India? I assume you're playing EU5, right? Because I don't think you play Vic at all. It's a very select group of people that play Victoria 3, I know that much. I'm actually kind of curious, like, what is the viewership on Twitch for Victoria 3? Really, the main people who are going to draw people to watch games like Victoria 3 are the ones that are going to be playing those types of games anyways. Like, someone like Tommy K, who I used to watch somewhat regularly. I think he's a funny fellow. But I haven't watched him in quite some time either myself, so... maybe I'm just out of touch with all these different, you know, gamers. Speaking of games, I also want to... the other game that I'm also really interested in streaming, maybe, is coming out on Thursday, which is the Anno 117, the Roman one. I kind of want to play that, but I don't think people are terribly enthused by it, so I might skip it for a spell, and maybe after it goes on sale, maybe I'll play it, but who knows? I can't be spending this much money on different video games that are coming out. I don't got that much money. I only get cool keys for highly specific strategy games that are fun, but not exactly... I don't want to be playing... I want to play some other stuff too. It's always interesting seeing what kind of games people are sending me keys for, that some of them actually seem kind of interesting. But then some of them are like, this is a very rough indie project that I really... oh jeez, what's happening here? So this man is berserk. He's trying to attack our... I guess I have to kill him. Alright, yeah, get over here and just smash him over the head, please. Before he kills my animal. Prefer if he didn't kill the iguanodon. I would like to keep this thing alive, please. There you go, a couple bops over the head, maybe a couple stabs will put you in your place. There we go. I guess we're just gonna kill him. It's a shame, but you know what? That's food. I think it's also sad because I think that might have been his actual father, so he'll probably be a little depressed. Yeah. Oh, he's also chemical starved as well. Which is an issue. Okay. Malnutrition is also still going to be a bit of a problem if we don't have enough food. We're going to have to kill more animals. I think we ripped through all those dinosaurs we actually killed. We could try to go for the big Ankylosaurus, which is going to be a real tough sell. Let's at least grab that Dimetrodon. And I think we have to go kill one of the Ankylosauruses. I don't think we have a choice. Who's got a medical... oh, hello. Okay. So Ixonia might survive. I think if we preach health, it might be enough to keep Ixonia to beat the infection. So 23% tend quality with preach health for plus 25%. Ooh, it's gonna be a race to the finish. Look at those numbers. Will poor Ixonia live? Yeah, Ixonia survives. Because the immunity gain is now outpacing the other penalty, which is exactly what we're looking for. So we'll just keep Ixonia on the ground there, and then while that's happening, let's do our tribal ritual again. Technology research right now is... it's a little painful. I probably should have rushed the research bench ASAP so we don't have to keep using the thinking spots. Because they're all just sitting there thinking about maybe how we can build better things, but not actually building better things. Oh, Garm's got an infection too. I think Garm actually dies. I don't think there's a way... I don't think there's a timeline where Garm survives right now, which is a little unfortunate. Yeah, the tending was just not enough for you. 3% tend quality. Gotta love it. Yeah, alright. It's also your torso, so I can't just rip your torso apart either. Yeah, alright. I'm sorry, Garm. We gotta put you down. We'll just let it run its course. but there's no way you're gonna survive this. Who's also cooking food? Because holy cow. Okay, maybe you shouldn't be allowed to cook. Okay, maybe a lot of these people should not be allowed to cook. Let's sort through these work orders real quick. Okay, what can you actually do? Okay, you can fish. Hunt. Handle animals is fine. And then... Okay, that's fine, I think. Okay, we gotta do another grave. I'm sorry, Garm, we did our best, but... the infection was a little too much to handle. Find a way to pretty that up later. Also, we need to start setting up these bedrooms. So, for example, this one should actually go to... we'll give this one to Ray. I think Ray should probably have her own bedroom here. Okay, so Garm died. We'll have to do the funeral. And we should probably start building out additional housing units. But we do need to start scattering them in different locations. So I know I'm expecting a 3-wide pathway here. Hello, Exonia, how are you? 1, 2, 3. So we can probably go about here-ish. Probably an awkward design, but I think we can make it work. Because I just need to make sure we have about 4 for a bedroom, and that should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So you can fit a bed here, and that would be acceptable. Yeah, you were on the verge of dying. You basically had an infection, and then you had another infection, and then you had gut worms, and you somehow pulled through all of it, which is the real miracle. Also, everyone's getting food poisoning right now, which is bad. I'm sorry, Garm, it wasn't my intent. It was just an unfortunate side effect of... Oh my gosh. Letting one of these pawns cook when they shouldn't have cooked is just gonna bite me in the butt for so long. This, Reijiri decided to cook, and it decided to cause everyone to have significant stomach pains. How did your pawn survive? Sheer force of will is how, I'll tell you that much. It was rough. You did your best, I'll say. Oh, that's right. Hello, Graniteer. How are you, comrade? Oh my gosh. How have you been? Let's get the shout-out command out for you. What are you playing? Let's see. What are you up to? I'm kind of curious what you're playing now. How are you doing? Also, hello there, Sketchy Developer, which is a very sketchy sounding name. Welcome to our little Rimworld adventure. Oh, you're playing Dwarf Fortress. Ah, oh my gosh. Do you like Dwarf Fortress a lot? I tried to get into Dwarf Fortress, but the UI, even with the new versions, just, I think not for me. I think it's fun and exciting if you're really into it, but for me, I think I'm okay playing Rimworld as my colony simulator of choice. But I'm glad you had fun. We're doing our little caveman run, and we have been running out of food constantly, and it's becoming a huge problem that I might have to start executing some of our animals just so I can feed ourselves, which is mean to say, but I don't think I have a choice. I probably have to kill this Parasilphorus or the Iguanodon. Yeah, I need to kill this one. I gotta eat. We gotta eat something. As much as it pains me to do this. Your main games remotely play Dwarf Fortress 1. Oh, okay. Wait, there's a new update. What's the new update include? Dwarf Fortress update. Let's find out. The Siege update. Oh, what does this do? Invaders can now dig, destroy, build, and plan. Improved siege engines. Oh my goodness. Huh. Okay, I can see why you definitely play it. That sounds really sick. I'm glad you had fun, and I hope your stream went well, as could be for streaming some Dwarf Fortress Siege update. Do you use any mods with Dwarf Fortress, or are you kind of just keeping it vanilla? So you can no longer just close your door and sneer at the goblins. But that's the way it's supposed to be. Didn't you know that if you pay attention to Warhammer lore, that's what the dwarves did, where they just sealed the door off, and then they thought everything was going to be fine and dandy, and it was. Until it wasn't. And then their hubris caught up to them. And then they paid very, very dearly for it. In other words, the dwarves are kind of dicks. Who would have guessed? The dwarves are kind of, generally kind of not pleasant people to be around. Okay, so let's keep building this out. Floor also needs to be built out so I can have some additional pathways to... I think this needs to be full path here. They have vanilla games, Rimworld, and fortresses. Ah, okay, gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. I think that makes sense. What do you mean inconceivable? What's inconceivable? Oh my gosh. Oh, we should also put an art bench here, so maybe we can take the bricks here and make it into something usable. The UI isn't terrible. Save for you guns when we can get by now. No, I can get by the UI. So I played Dwarf Fortress when the new version came out, like the one on Steam with all the fancy UI and everything, and it was actually fairly easy to follow. Now, I think for me, I weirdly enough, I think struggled a little bit with conceptualizing the 3D design of my castle when only being able to perceive it through a 2D map. And you had to kind of cycle through the layers. And there's another game a long time ago that I remember buying on Steam that ultimately got abandoned by the developers. But I remember it distinctly because its entire gimmick was that it wanted to be Dwarf Fortress, but with a 3D map, right? Like an isometric 3D view. And it kind of did its job, but it wasn't as in-depth as Dwarf Fortress, and then got abandoned by the developers because, boy, gee howdy, we live in an era where if your game doesn't do good, you just abandon it, which I guess makes sense if you're not going to make any, from a financial business perspective. But if it's early access, I think you should probably commit to maybe finishing this stupid thing, but that doesn't happen anymore. There's a game, I was talking about this earlier, not on Twitch, but in another Discord server. There was a game that I was really looking forward to because one of the main, it was a Kickstarter game, and one of the main, I guess, people that was part of the project was the developer that I really enjoy. His name is, God, I think his name's like, Yasumi Matsuno, I think is his name. And I love his work. But he got pulled into this game for on a Kickstarter project, like in 2016, I think is when it was, called Unsung Story. And if you don't know, the reason I like his content, here, let me pull it real quick. So there's a man here who I don't have a photo on his Wikipedia article, but his name is Yasumi Matsuno, and he worked on a franchise I really enjoy called Tactics Ogre, also known as Ogre Battle, which is a really deep and engaging plot of, you know, medieval fantasy, political intrigue, and war and conflict and stories like that. Anyways, there hasn't been a new Ogre Battle game in like 2 decades. I think the last one that came out was, aside from the remakes, 2001, The Knights of Lotus. So yeah, it's been a little over 2 decades since we got a new game in the franchise that wasn't a remake. The reason I'm saying this is because he got attached to this project called Unsung Story, which was supposed to be a spiritual successor to these games, right? And they really touted the fact that he was part of the project. And they were kind of doing some different stuff, like using this triangle-based grid instead of a hex grid or a square grid for your combat, and it sounded really cool. Now, I didn't ultimately back this project, but you want to know what's really funny? They released early access in 2020. The last update made by the developers was over 4 years ago. I don't have to explain to you why that's really bad to read. 4 years ago, and they haven't updated it since, and now this game is just basically I guess, abandoned. Supposedly, they're still actually actively working on it, but at this point, it's just abandoned, yeah. Especially since the game industry is already going through like a rough patch right now with companies firing people left and right. I think Square Enix just like fired like what 70% of their staff on their NA and EU operations. So yeah, there's a lot of like the gaming industry is gonna be really rough. Just software industry in general is just really rough for people who are in, you know, that field. Well, their NA and EU force specifically, I think, is what they got rid of. I think their Japanese workforce is still kind of there, so it's better to have these titles that are ending service for. At least that's good, yeah. I think generally that's good. If you can't sell it anymore, just at least say. It still kind of sucks that they can't sell it anymore. I assume what happened is that they lost the license to sell the game, right? Because it's a Battlestar title. Battlestar Galactica, I mean. I know Ruse had the same issue where they can't sell Ruse anymore because of military licenses that they didn't want to keep up with. They didn't want to keep paying for, I think, like Jeep licenses and stuff like that for like various vehicles in the game. And it's unfortunate because if you ever want to play Ruse now multiplayer, you better be willing to cough up $60 to $100 for a game key for a game made in like what, 2010. God, I love Ruse. I miss those games. I miss Ruse. I miss older titles like that. Oh, I think I've talked about this before, but one of my favorite titles that we'll never see ever again, and I will never see and get to experience ever again, is MAG. MAG is probably one of the greatest shooting titles I have ever gotten my hands on, and I will never get to touch it ever again. If you've never played MAG, let me just tell you. Just imagine this. A shooter with 256 player mega battles. Objective-based, team-based. Oh. And you had things like ranks and squad communication. So you, for example, you would have squads of 8 with a squad leader, which were organized into, I think, platoons. 4 platoons would make a company. 4 companies made up one team. It was a beautiful thing. Oh, it was so nice. I miss it. Miss it every day. Have a good night, Steve. Rest well. Only the Avatar, the master of all genres, could stop the ruthless abandonware, and the world needed him mostly abandoned. Yeah, abandonware is just gonna be there forever, I think. Yes, it was 256v. Was it 256v? I thought it was 128 versus 128. I don't think they could have handled. I don't think 256v 256 was feasible. I think it was 128 versus 128. Let me double check here. I'm gonna double check. Yeah, 256 was the max amount of players, so that's 128 versus 128. 8 player squads, 4 squads form a platoon, 4 platoons formed the company, which was your team. And then you had each squad leader, platoon leader, and the company leader being able to do special call-ins. No, I don't think it was ever 256, because that's 512 players in a single match. That's not feasible for PlayStation 3 era technology. Yeah, the game only lasted 4 years because it's one of those online-only titles, which was so sad. I think there's just like not a market, I think one of the things is I love big player count shooters, but it's really hard to, I think, justify production of such a game because you need like a critical mass of players who are playing all the time to have that full-size match to really get the full experience. But at the same time, players are so spoiled for choice when it comes to games that a lot of them will just gravitate towards whatever's the big popular one. I was at least kind of glad that Battlefield tried to do 128 player matches with the whole 64v64 mode in 2042, but they got rid of that for Battlefield 6, and so now it's just max 32v32. Apparently people don't like the big player matches, but I love the big player games. It really makes you feel like you're part of a war, and you're trying so hard to do your part. I was good at Armor 2. Yeah, that's true too. I've never really gotten a chance to try out Armor 3 or Reforger. Maybe one of these days, because the maps were empty. The maps were also really empty, yes. But that's kind of an issue with map design more than anything else, because you have to be able to funnel players in the right direction. I think Mag did a really good job with it. There's just enough downtime between fights. Also, Exonia's on a mental break again. Interesting. Our pawns are definitely suffering from a lot more mental breaks than before, which is becoming a bit of a problem. Especially because of all the tainted apparel and all that other jazz, which is driving them a little bananas. I'm gonna play BF6 Conquest. Oh no, I don't disagree. The Battlefield 6 maps are really tiny. One of the biggest issues I have with it is that your head is always on a swivel. There's not a lot of downtime in Battlefield 6. It's perpetual action. And I really think they need bigger maps so that you have like that time. I think the issue is that they're trying to cater to the COD player base who always want to respawn and immediately start shooting. Whereas Battlefield has traditionally been more like you respawn, expect to walk like at least for 30 seconds, and then you get into a firefight. That's kind of what it's about. And that's what I enjoy about Battlefield. And the new maps are a little too tight, and I hope they make bigger maps at some point. What is hello there? I don't know how to read whatever this message is. Hello. I'm sorry. I don't read a Cyrillic. I'm just gonna plug whatever you send and translate though. Just so I can make sure whatever you're saying is appropriate. Привет. Okay. Привет. Hello. They all have to embark. Unless it's changed the record for most players, single Arma combat ops is now 2,300 players. How do you get to 20? Jeez, 2,300 player Arma combat operation sounds like an amazing experience. I would love to try that out. Please speak English only. Scout stream is lying. He'll be right back. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. How about why don't we let Google TTS please speak in English only. All right.
Пожалуйста, говорите только по-английски.
All right. Hopefully that made it through. Oh, they did a big D-Day event. Ooh, that sounds amazing. I wish I knew where to find. Oh, I guess you know what? I guess I know what game kind of fills the niche for big team battles for me. Whenever I get a chance to play a game of Foxhole, that I think is relatively close enough to the experience that I'm trying to get. Also, I think we're out of food again. I think we're all starving again. Or we will be soon. There's a couple of bits of meat in there, so I guess we gotta go hunt down some animals. Alright. I guess we have to kill these. Alright. And Immortal has to come here too. We gotta go gotta kill more dinosaurs. Alright, let's go smack this thing down. Thankfully, we're able to stun it and stagger it enough that I think Immortal can come in and just start slicing its head off. Please speak English only. I don't want to have to ban or mute. I'm sorry, I just want to make sure I can read whatever you're typing. Alright, here, let's see, English only, please. I'm just gonna copy paste this in, translate this to Russian. I can find where Russian is on my list of Google Translate. Okay, here we go. Alright, there we go. Anyways, I think we managed to kill this, so that's fine. Let's get that, and let's kill another one too. There's a bunch of minor injuries, but it should be fine. We gotta hunt down at least this one too. While it's sleeping, quickly jump it. Alright, Sun took a couple injuries. Okay, now you can stab it. I think we can hunt down at least one or two more. Yeah, we can kill the Ankylosaurus. It was a big D-Day Foxhole event. We just couldn't. What made Foxhole not enjoyable to you? I'm kind of curious. I really enjoyed like the Foxhole combat, at least. And I know they added like the whole like naval combat, so you can do like naval invasions, D-Day style, and everyone was going crazy about that. But I wasn't playing at the time, so it's a little unfortunate. So I didn't get to experience all that cool shenanigans that were ongoing. Okay. We should probably do the great dance again. Maybe once we tend to everyone's wounds. I don't want infections flying around. We also need to hunt down more the heal root fern. Harvest that. And hopefully find more. Okay, perfect. Just didn't find anything to join it. That's fair enough. Not even being a logistics person? Wasn't that... I know that's like something a lot of people love doing, is they just love going around and just being a truck driver. And they love just, you know, sending supplies to the front line. Oh, you tried being a Logi? Okay. Fair enough. I think it's one of those things too, like, I think Foxhole is a game that works best with, what was I saying? I think it's one of those games that you really need like an entire like a group or community that you're part of to really enjoy experiencing, right? And I would say that for like a lot of games, but a game like Foxhole especially, like having that dedicated crew that you can work with is really just going to elevate that, you know, experience. And I think that's kind of why I really do like it sometimes. But you're good at being a shipboard Logi with Whiskey's crew. I didn't even realize Whiskey's crew did that. I really should try to get into some of the community events, whatever Whiskey's community does, because a lot of them seem like fun. But I just am not aware of when such things are happening, I think is the main issue. What do we research next? So, we have complex furniture. Oh, we need fishing. So we at least get food from the ocean. And that'll keep us fed in that way too. Alright, to the bonfire. To the bonfire. Hello, Ranu. Good evening. How are you? Welcome to the cave Neolithic experience. Look at all these fine pawns. They have clothes now. That's right, we have outfits. It truly is a wonderful thing to behold. Yeah, we're not naked anymore, and we actually have a small settlement that is slowly growing. Is it perfect? No, but we have a couple houses that we've been slowly setting up. Speaking of which, this one is going to be assigned to... let's give this one to... I think Ixonia can have this one. Yeah, that'll be fine. U5 is brutal. France just bullies everyone. It sucks being near them. Well, you know what? Just bully France back. Just steal all their baguettes and hon croissants. And then what are they gonna do? Stop you? Are they gonna try to prevent you from exploring the world, the new world? It's your world, not their world. Let's expand this out a little bit so we actually have some space here. I probably should have not left that much space in between this. Maybe shrink this down a little bit. I think what we'll do... Not do that. I'm gonna build a second house about here with a small alleyway, just like that. Ooh, it's a little tight, but I think that's workable. That should be fine if we do something like this. They have 3 times your tax base. Is horrifying. Well, have you thought about trying to, Actually, like I said, I don't know how EU5 works. I know you and Greywind are playing it, but I don't know, aside from Cleo, anyone else who's, like, really playing EU5. I thought about picking it up, but maybe I'll wait until it's on sale. And then I'll give it a shot a little late. One second. So, yeah. Anyways, you like my little housing huts? You like my little housing designs? Look, they even come with tiny little bathrooms for each individual hut. Because we might be cavemen, but I think cavemen also value their privacy greatly. They have like 3 times their base tax. I don't know what the tax rate is in EU4, but I assume it just means they have way more population that they can... You know, it is a little fancy, but I like to think we're trying to become a little bit more civilized as we encounter bigger and stronger people. So, just because we're cavemen doesn't mean we're so uncivilized. Right? I think it just means there's a chance that for us to embrace the technology. You know, we're trying to emulate the medieval folk, so we might as well try to get houses and things like that. Wouldn't you do the same thing? Also, I forgot, we gotta do the funeral for Garm. Remind me that's the next thing we gotta do, the funeral. It's the banjos. Space banjos are so good. I want to listen to the Outer Wilds OST again. Something about that OST is just, it's so peak. I love it. Oh, the 3 times is industrious. Wait, has someone made a save converter from EU5 to Vic 3? I'm kind of curious. Oh no, we buried you. We just didn't do your funeral yet. We can do that right now. We remember your sacrifice, Garm, and all the things that are involved with it. You know, I think I see the issue. Why are we... I don't know why we're rustic. We should probably change this. I think our style should be more... Let's see. I think our style should be more... Ooh, totemic? Animalist? I think animalist would be more interesting. And then if there's not animalist, we'll add in totemic. I think that'll be pretty caveman-esque. So at least we can now have some unique stylings. Yeah, okay, that'll at least let us change the style of our things like tables and whatnot, because we can't advance to medieval. Ooh, yeah, it's gonna be a while. After that, have fun, Garm, rest well. Called in a friend, I see. Well, have a good rest. I'm probably gonna be ending soon a little bit too, because I am a little tired and I've had a long day. So, I also didn't take a nap. And I think having a nap is what keeps me functioning for a full 4-hour stream. If I don't get that nap, then I don't think I can do a full 4-hour stream. Oh, my life is a disaster. Alright, who gets this hut? I think this hut's gonna belong to... Let's see. We're gonna assign this to... You know what, I think Dark Pika gets this one. So... Good amount of people want... So we have 5 out of 11. So if we make 6 more, we'll have enough beds for every single colonist, and they will all have a nice home that they can call their own. Oh, interesting. I want to see the river expand. Ah! I love flooding. Oh. Hopefully it's not going to cause any major issues, but yeah, that river flooding is getting a little intense. Okay, so also our meat is rotting. We're not able to use the meat fast enough. Gosh, we rode through so much food. Even 20 meals is not enough to feed us all. We might have to go hunt down another animal. Do we hunt down the Ankylosaurus? What's here? Gazelles? We could probably just kill the gazelles. But if there's that many, they'll probably kill us, which is the other issue. I think these iguanodons are probably the easiest. These things are fairly docile, so it shouldn't be too hard to kill. Especially if we have... if we have spears. The main issue is I really need to find an alternative weapon to deal with. I need, like... I need those stakes again. Alright, let's smash this one to death. Okay, let's kill that one. Let's get the next one. Alright, so we did kill the iguanodons, which at least gets us a decent amount of food. However, there is a fire because maybe using Exonia's bow of fire is not the smartest idea. And that should be good. That's fine, right? Alright, wait. I think I'll stream for like another 5-ish minutes, and then I'll probably get ready to sleep, because I need to heat up some food and then go pass out. And then I may or may not play a little bit more CK3 before I go to bed. I've been playing a lot of CK3. I'm loving my Japan run for now. It's fun at least being a bit of an adventurer rather than being tied to an, you know, tied down to some noble land that you have to take care of and just you die of old age or dysentery or some kind of random disease, you know, at 50 years of age. Be an adventurer. Enjoy your life. Oh, there's kids here. What do they want? Okay, so we basically went from nothing to a full-on proper house or small village at the very least. The main issue again is our technology is research. Oh, actually, wait a second. I can get rid of these now. Because we can put in research benches now. Ooh. Okay, so maybe we step that slightly aside. And then if I put in a very basic chair. Ah, there we go. We are becoming smarter cavemen. Cavemen with access to research labs. And this probably means we'll probably need to start building some, we'll probably need to start building a proper hospital at some point. Probably would have been smarter to take one of these things and replace it with like a small hospital hut. Oh, you know what else I think would look really nice? I think if we irrigated the crops. It's not necessary, but we could probably build our own irrigation system. There might even be a mod for that. Now I'm kind of curious if it's a mod for irrigation. I think it would make sense, right? Yeah. Okay, so we actually did this right. So the animals, well, the animals actually can't reach us anymore. Yeah, because they don't want to walk into the slow water, so they're just gonna sit over there. All right, Immortal is our champion. I'm just gonna have Immortal stand over here and threaten it, because I think Immortal can win. Perfect. Beautiful. Let's have you go back. I think we'll end off with one more tribal gathering. All right, let's see where this gets us. All right. What do you think? What do you think of our little colony? I think I had fun building this so far. So I think the next expansion goal for the colony is, well, we will probably try to add more housing units here and move deeper into the sandbank because there's not much here anyway. So we can probably add like 2 or 3. We're gonna hold on to the steam geyser because I think we may have to use this for electricity later down the line, or a hot spring. Probably a hot spring. And we'll, I think that's where we'll be stopping soon. Yeah, I think, well, we have a thinking bench here. Oh, we got another wild man. We have 3 wild men. So the now thing is, if someone, well, if viewers want to get more pawns, at least we have more spots for them. We have 3 spared that haven't gotten names yet. I think it'll be fine. Alright. It is late o'clock. It's late enough for me that I'm actually kind of tired and I need to probably get some rest. Who's alive at this hour? Let me think. Yes, we will do Duckov tomorrow. I know you've been looking forward to Duckov, and I am been looking forward to playing Duckov as well. So, Escape from Duckov tomorrow. Let's see, we're gonna raid into... Who's streaming? Oh, you know what? Here, we'll raid into Rachel because she's playing Room. Didn't I raid her recently? Hold on. Who did I raid recently? Shoutouts. Okay, apparently it was a few weeks ago. Alright, that's fine. We'll raid her. Rachel Maelstrom. The other Rimworld VTuber streaming at this hour. And that should be fine. Alright. How many mods do I have? This one is 145 items minus the base game and DLC, so we're at 139 mods. Which is not that bad, surprisingly. Okay. Anyways, say hi to Rachel. Hopefully she's having fun. For anyone who's on YouTube, thanks for swinging by. I know we don't get a lot of YouTube viewers too often, but I'm glad for those of you who are there. Hopefully you had fun. I will be back tomorrow with Escape from Duckov, and I'm sure it will be a very painful experience for me because I am bad at video games, I think. Say hi to Rachel. She's playing Rimworld, and I think her colony is also getting pretty up there. So hopefully that's going to be fun to watch. Again, thanks for swinging by, comrades. Enjoy the rest of your night. I will go to bed. Goodbye. Let me save the game real quick. And we'll see how far our beautiful little tribal colony continues tomorrow or next week.